with the spoon, and your boy right at the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepan, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon
Bada. Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kuwa. Bese kuwa, kudileo. Kuwa, kudileo.
To the spoon to get
Yes, what
your
you are.
information. To the spoon to be
Yes, what
part
you
of
are.
our discussion.
Batileo.
Spoon television.
Yes, what you are. Batileo.
Spoon radio station.
Those yellow taxes. Well, I think our investigation is a broader investigation. There are people who stole government money, bought properties, converted them to their own use or converted them to their own names. So we are investigating those situations. So the yellow cards you see, we have some intelligence. So we are using the intelligence to begin the process of investigating how those yellow cards were being acquired.
So
especially
if
so
investigate something, if you're beginning to investigate, seizing those vehicles, isn't it like jumping to a conclusion before?
No. We are not jumping.
Oh God, we got die.
That's what they have here.
Oh God, we got die. Oh God, we die. Oh God, why you first taking me that way, boy? Why you first taking me that way, boy? Why you first taking me, boy? Oh God. Why you first taking me, boy? Why you first taking me, boy? I can see I see my property destroy you for a bit of this.
kilometers away from the Catholic Junction, and we're talking about 13.70 acres of land. So we've been able to walk the entire stretch from the bridge to Catholic Junction leading to the Catholic Hospital all the way to the beach. That is the length of this property, the property that folks are to be evicted from. So you're talking about an entire community of people. Let me just give you the description again. So if you know Liberia well, if you come to Catholic Junction, you're just coming towards the Catholic Hospital, there is a small bridge. From that bridge all the way to the beach, that is the length of the property. So this is cannot be shown it is not being shared.
Senators have spoken to us about the concern surrounding the asset reappropriating operations. On that note, we would like to constitute a committee today to work with the different ministries and agencies involved to report to the Senate in a few days. Before we continue with the agenda, I will announce that committee, starting with Senator Devil Brown as the chair, Senator Taylor as the co-chair, Senator Patsy Quad, Senator Taylor, and Senator Cyrus. Thank you.
Okay, from Tapeta to Zweju, the rescue team working hard. Anyway, I made no mistake putting Joseph Parker. Thank you, Papa.
Thank you very much. And as the voice of the political leader of the All African Party, officially announcing the endorsement of the party as a
Bring all the body can. That body we want. You can be your journey. Workers of the Ministry of State, supplementary workers of the Ministry of State are agitating for their salary and benefits. They are agitating for their salaries and benefits. They have worked with government for 6 years, and the government that we call the rescue government has laid them off without any reasons, benefits, and they owe the people 3 months allowance, no salary. But they know the people. Now they call riot police on the people. Riot police came. They are here. They want to kill the people. That's what my brother is doing. So workers of the Ministry of State are protesting.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said to you guys when I was on the beach, that the Chinese were digging under my property and digging the black sand. That heap of black sand you saw, this is a finished product. This is how the baggage is and exported out of our country. Mass and mass of sand, black sand load from here straight out of this country. Nobody check on them, nobody does anything about it, but they take the amount of mineral from all of our country and export it. Trucks and trucks loads of sand leaves their country every day, according to the Chinese people. When you ever go to China and even touch the beach or their land, the Chinese people for little or nothing undermining this country all over this place. This is what I'm telling you about. This is the finished product. There's another side, you see it? Mass and mass and mass of black sand. These Chinese people pull it in trucks.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
To the spoon.
Okay, tune to Spoon to get your information to know exactly what's happening in Liberia, what's happening at the ministries, the agencies, what are the policymakers doing. Spoon gives you authentic information about the happenings in Liberia. I'd like to say welcome to all of you across the world. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Late Night Show. The Late Night Politics is back on your radio. This is where we come with diverse views. We bring you critical analysis on the trending national issues here. And yes, regardless of your political ideology, where you stand politically, whatever it is, you always have, every single person has a space here. This platform is for every single person, Liberians across the world, to have a say in the unfoldings in the country. And so I'd like to say welcome to the show. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. I see lots of you have come on tonight. Thanks for being here. We're going to have a fascinating discussion, a great show coming up. You don't want to miss out. Kindly share the program as you come on. Please share the program as you come on tonight. Let's have a great show. My name is Nelson Collier. The rest of the team will be here. And then we are going to take you through the rest of the show tonight. So again, I'd like to say welcome. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. We're live across the internet on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. We're live on radio as well. Spoon FM 107.5, Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5, and other frequencies across Liberia. So thanks for joining us tonight. And let me go to the comment section and recognize a few of you as we get ready to start the show tonight. Well, let me begin from here. Alice Band, thanks for being the first person tonight. Alice Band, thanks for joining us. You're following via YouTube. You said you're watching from Iowa, the US. Thanks for joining us. Hashim family, all of our ardent followers, man, we appreciate you for joining us tonight. Hashim family, thanks for joining us. And I see Ruth Goba, thanks for being here tonight. Says she's following from the USA, Charlotte, North Carolina. Thanks for being here tonight. DJ Do, we appreciate you. He says, hi guys. Yes. I see Iziki Kima, Fanny Johnson. Thanks for joining us from Mango Town, Virginia. We appreciate you tonight. Thanks for being here. Kindly share the program as you come on. Let's have a great show here tonight. Yes, I see Eric Miguel. Yes, Mr. Miguel, thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate you. He says, hi to you again, Nelson. Thanks. Just joining the show, watching from the United States of America, Atlanta, Georgia State. Thanks for being here tonight. Amos Brown, we appreciate you. Thanks for being here tonight. Jefferson Lake, I said, on we go. Yeah, Jefferson is on. In fact, early tonight, and he says, on we go. Thanks for being here tonight, Jefferson. I appreciate you. And I see Vincent Backer. Thanks for being here. Says that's Phoenix Backer says following from Minnesota. Patricia Logan, thanks for being here tonight. You're following from Monrovia. Yes, this is the nation's capital, and we appreciate the fact that you're on. Kindly share the program as you come on tonight. I see Abraham Kurma. Abraham Kurma says, hi guys. He's following from Europe right now. Maurice Moses Mogai from Jacobtown. That's where he's falling from. Yes, Mogai, thanks for being here tonight. And of course, I see a lot of you, Janka Conan and Vakabina Toure. Yes, the boy from Batala. Yes, Mr. Toure, man, thanks for being here tonight. Yes, keep praying for Liberia. We wish you all the best, brother. And looking forward to seeing you soon, Mr. Vakabina Manju Toure. Thanks for joining us. The people from Batala say they're missing you, Toure. Beatrice Washington, thanks for being here tonight from Keseli Boulevard. That's where you're joining us from. And I see a lot of other folks here tonight. Chieto Official says falling from Morocco. Thanks for being here. Blessing Yanse. We appreciate all of you guys for joining us tonight. It's gonna be a great show, fascinating discussion coming up. Lots of things to talk about. This country will improve. Liberia will certainly get better, and it starts with every single person, all of us, our mindset, our approach, the things we, the things we say, the things, the way we approach our country, and the way we even approach national issues. It starts with every single person, and why most times we get to look at the government, the people in authority, as the ones who should be making policies that will benefit every single person. But we can close our eyes to the fact that we all have a role, a responsibility to ensure that this country do better, and it starts with all of us, and adding our voices to the national discourse is just part of the process to making sure that this country do better. So I'd like to say welcome again to all of you tonight, and thanks for being here with us. We sincerely appreciate all of you tonight. Thanks for joining us on the show tonight. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. So there are lots of things happening in the country. Let's hope we can kickstart the conversation with some of those happenings. Let's hope we can kickstart the conversation with some of those happenings. And someone says they need to have the opportunity to say what's on their minds. Really? Yeah, and I think that's important. That's important. We're going to do just that as we move on tonight. We are going to do just that. So yes, lots of things happening in the country, and it's just important to bring you up to speed with some of those unfoldings right now. So most of you are aware that the situation with Liberians in Ghana has been going on for a while, for a very long time, and the issue with Liberians returning, the process, and there were times when we hosted some of the folks from Ghana. They came up and they shared their views on those happenings, and especially with the latest demolition exercise that's taking place in Ghana. So many Liberians were concerned. They were voicing their concerns, and wanting the government to get involved, to intervene in the situation, since in fact it has to do with them, the families. Liberians left this country during the Civil War. They fled to so many other countries, neighboring countries, and Ghana happens to be one of those countries. And in the midst of it, started fine, very well, honeymoon, but it got to a point where it was time for them to leave. There were negotiations back and forth. Some gave in to the aspect that has to do with staying in Ghana for some time, staying in Ghana and moving on with their lives. And while others had the opportunity or the opportunity to return home, to decide to come back home, while others were able to leave the Ghana for other Western countries, and it went on like that. But of recent, there has been a demolition exercise that has claimed the attention of so many people, and a lot of people have been concerned as to why is it that the government of Liberia is not getting really involved with this issue of Ghanaians, Liberians living in Ghana. The former manner in which the guys, their homes were being demolished. We hosted the guys here the other day, and they said as early as 4 a.m., the yellow machines were already ready at their doorsteps. They started to demolish their homes. The mothers, the fathers, and the children, all of them had to stay outdoor. They were homeless, staying in the open. Some had to stay in the church, religious facilities, and some of them had no option but to go ahead and stay with France. So the Liberian government has dispatched a delegation there, and that's something very important. Some steps have been taken towards that. So the government of Liberia have sent a high-level delegation, including representatives from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Councillor Jerry Aman, Deputy Minister for Legal Affairs, and of course, officials of the Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission. They've sent them to Ghana to collaboratively resolve the ongoing issues affecting approximately 1,600 Liberians residing in Ghana. And so the government revealed that since the onset of that situation, on the 26th of February in 2024, the Liberian embassy in Ghana has been seriously engaging and in a dialogue with the Ghanaian Refugee Board and other relevant authorities in the country. And so a high-level delegation have been dispatched there. So the foreign ministry came up with a release on that, and the Liberian government has gotten involved. All right. So a lot more concerning that, but let me bring Francis on. I see Francis all set in the background. Francis, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to have you on.
Thank you, Nelson. Good to be here. Good morning to our folks in Liberia. Good evening, good afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, I see the Liberian flag is still in the same position. And it's a good thing that you didn't get to change the position of the flag. Not because of anything. You didn't get to change that.
I'm not protesting, dude. I'm not protesting.
That's very interesting. But so, Francis, it's good to have you on tonight. You want to do your opening quickly, and then we move on to.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, a lot going on. You know, I don't have much on my mind. Just to continue to thank God for the opportunity to come on here and engage our folks. You know, and speak with our folks back home and just talk about the trending topic. You know, some of our brothers and sisters from the other side, when you go on social media and you see a lot of campaigning still going on, you got folks from the opposition still talking about.
You say campaigning still going on? Are people really campaigning?
Because, like I said, folks from the other side stay in campaign mood, still throwing fake videos and stuff from years ago, a month ago, saying that the country is dirty. It was not this dirty before, and then you see Sidicians or Weashans running around. Oh, we will Jawea come back, Papi come back. So you know, stuff like that. It's just funny, you know, when you see some of these things. So yeah, I mean, I don't have nothing really pressing my mind tonight, but I know we have a lot going on that we can discuss. So I'll just pass it back to you, so you can get the ball rolling.
You know, and it's a good thing, and you know, talking about some of us happening what appears to be a campaign mood, though we are not campaigning, elections are over, and it is expected that at this time the government will be at work. The government will be given the space to do her work and all of that. But again, Francis, I want us to look at this from another angle, right? Elections happened on a particular date. So let's say you say October 10th is election day. But there are activities leading to the particular date on which election is going to be held. So you take, for example, CDC wins election, United Party wins election, ANC wins election, UP wins election, any other political party wins election. If that ever happens, it derives from the activities. Now, they don't get to win the elections based on their performance just one month, 2 months, or 3 days or 4 days to election. No. All right. So, and that has been part of the mistakes that most political parties and other actors have made in some time ago. Some of those people will have political ambitions, right? Like a lot of people say that about Mr. Cummings, for example. There are so many of them, but I'm just saying, so many people say that about Mr. Cummings, for example, that he came and contested in 2017. 2017, the traffic he got, the number of Liberians who gravitated towards his political ideology, his political agenda, and everything, that number was huge compared to what he got in 2023. And one of the reasons for that is the people say the man just coming. The man knew. So they had so much confidence that giving him the opportunity would have changed things around. But then, and that's how you got the 7%. And I'm driving at that point where you made about people campaigning when it's not campaign period, right? He got 7%. Moving forward, 2023, some of the very people who say, oh, the man good, but just coming. In 2023, some of those people did not vote for him. And so many of those people begin to ask a critical question as to what was the activity of this man from 2017, the time we gained 7%. What did the man was doing from 2017 up to 2023? What were his activities? How well did he impact? How much of an impact did he have on the ordinary Liberian people? So given all of that, the number dropped from 7% to what? 1%.
Yep.
So, for instance, is pre-campaign or early campaign or whatever you call it, is it wrong given everything we've seen in the body politics of our country? Welcome to the show. Our brother Mikael, welcome to the show.
No, dude, if you are opposition, you're not in office, you're supposed to constantly be campaigning. Mm-hmm. Campaigning is not holding big rallies here and there, but your presence, your advocates, the things that you constantly holding the government that is in charge to account. You keep talking about speak in the interest of the people, because the people are listening. Not everybody will be happy. It doesn't matter if President Barker pave all the streets will go. Mm-hmm. Everybody will not be happy. So as an opposition, if you want to be relevant, keep looking for those mistakes and talk about it and talk about the difference that you're making. Also, it's like in Liberia it's just different.
Okay.
You don't have to be doing some like I don't know how to say it, because that you're supposed government is the biggest employer over there. But like for Mr. Cummings, mm-hmm. we all already know he made his name in the private sector, right? Mm-hmm. So he's supposed to be working on building the private sector. He's not so. Use your international connection. Bring a few companies to the country. Strike deals between other companies, international partners in the government, and you can use that I brought these companies here. This is what I'm capable of.
But
and
as good as that might sound, welcome to the show. We're gonna give you 1 minute to you guys each, but just in his opening, Francis spoke of this issue about people re-campaigning, posting some things that suggest that they're in campaign mood. But is it a wrong thing to pre-campaign? And that's where we are right now. We're gonna give you 1 minute to do your opinion. But again, I want us to go back to the point you just made, Francis. The need for political actors to keep engaged with the people even after election until the next election. So you said the man will go bring company. But as good as that sounds to every other person out there, don't you think the typical politician will be looking at the whole idea of bringing company to the country under a UP administration, for example, when he is an ANC person, bringing a company to Liberia will be a boost for the economy under the UP government, something which they're going to take glory for.
Let me tell you one thing. First of all, the Liberian people see what's going on. The largest employer is the government.
Yeah.
But you bring private sector jobs to the country, or you negotiate a private sector job to come to the country, and it's recognized that, oh, Nelson did it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There'll always be issues, right? But you can at least boast. I brought 5 companies to the country.
Yeah.
As a private citizen, imagine as your president, how much job I will create. I will make sure government is so small and the private sector is so huge that everybody that want to work will work. You will not need free tuition to send your children to school. You will not need university free to send your children to university, because I was not a president and I brought 5 companies to this country. Imagine as a president when I have.
Do you think that debate will actually hold? It will sell.
It will. It will. But
Thank you.
Then look at the alternative. If you just sit there and put your hands between your legs and wait for 2029 to say Zigbe, the people not know you. The people not know you. Let me say, what have you done for me lately? That's why they can say, what have you done for me lately? So you have to keep yourself in the game, and however way you can do it, you do it that way and keep your name in on the lips of the people. That's the only way it works for any opposition.
Wow. I mean, and Mikael, welcome to the show. You want to take your 1 minute to do your opening? I mean, let's start with you.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Adama, King Adama. How you doing, brother? Blaine Lapo. Hello, Ishmael. Jefferson, like, yeah, where you been at? I've been looking for you in there from there. Hip Hop, Cassie. Eddie Kowai. Forgive me if I miss something in your name, please. Lusty Bundu. Rendell Sharif, James Zodua, Alfonso's, Mose, Thomas Sully, Tench Sese, Ruth Gowa, and Samuel C. Garte. Welcome to the show.
We finish welcoming all the people in it. I mean,
you there? Well,
Amy is using her 1 minute to welcome her people, but man, get her chance.
I mean, Emmy came to class late, then she want she want race some.
Mary, I'm saying hi to the people. Why are you trying to be
these people have missed Amy so much. So when she's here,
tell him, yeah, Rudolph. Yeah, yeah. So I'm here today also to I heard where is Vasco? I'm waiting for Vasco. Vasco's supposed to bring up a topic. He's in the campaign move. I think that's the one that they're talking about. So we can have some fun today. Yeah, Liberia is on my mind. We're concerned and waiting to see this government get started, because we're tired of hearing about all the type of or whatever. And we're hoping and praying Liberia gets better. And like we all said, it takes patience and it will happen. And from our thoughts and prayers as well and our mindsets, we know that it'll get better. It's not going to be a magic wine, turn around and stuff, but it'll happen by the grace of God. I know it will. I'm optimistic. Thank you.
Thank you. Mikael, you want to take your 1 minute quickly, and then we take Rudolph?
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Nelson. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, again. Thank you, our people in the comment section. Thank you, everyone across the world that watching the show. We come here to help our country to grow whatever way possible we can do. Liberia is the only country we have, no matter where you go in this world. When they ask you, where are you from? You say, I'm from Africa. Where in Africa? Liberia, West Africa. So, and I'm proud as a person to always say that, because that was my neighbor string was buried, and I'll always be a Liberian. So we're here to build our country. all the arguments and the input we bring on here is all because we want to see the good of Liberia. And criticism is good. We need to criticize our government so they can do better for us. But we should not also try to, diminish the good things to do in a way possible. Just because we're trying to come back to power or trying to, it's not the only way to come to power. Like you guys were touching on job creations. It's part of the people that are running for, to be president in Liberia at this time of the year while no campaign is going on, you can start running your campaign right from doing the good things for the country, for people to start noticing you. Oh, they man, they're not even win elections. See what you're doing. These are things we look up for. If you have opportunity anywhere as a Liberian, they can bring home for other people to live and survive at. It's not bad to do that. So that all we focus as a Liberians, that look for the good thing. That not always go out there bringing the bad thing home. Because if you look at Liberians, when we travel, we never bring nothing back home that's really decent. All our things is always things that people don't want in that country. That's what we already bring home. So that desist from those kind of attitudes and that kind of thinking, and always try to bring the best to Liberia because it's the only country we have. I end there. Thank you, Nazi.
Rudolph, please go ahead, sir. Sorry.
Okay, you're good. Yes, good evening to our listeners. I mean, I have not been here for the past days. I haven't been well, so that's why I have not been appearing on here. But when we use the word campaign or when we say early campaign, I think it's not just wrong, but it's also not legal because campaign is not supposed to start now. There is a definite time for campaign activities. But I will agree with anyone on here when we say that people who have interest in running during the time of campaign should start to engage with their people. I will agree 100%. And then that is where this statement comes back in, or what they say when the Christmas will be good, you will know from the eve.
Okay.
We have this tendency where we say, I'm not going to do anything until I am in a position of power, and that has hidden a lot of progress for our country. We have people like Cummins who have the connections, who have the experience when it comes to partnering with folks to come back home and maybe bring down investment that will provide jobs for young people. But yet and still these people choose not to do it because they feel like they should become president first. They feel like the country that they are power farm. Once they are not in charge of their power farm, they should not do anything. And that is a problem. That's why I if he is running again, someone like him specifically, we will just continue to see his number going down. I foresee him having 0 point something this in 2029, because if you cannot not do the needful now, and then when time comes, you come back and say, oh my people, you see, I told you say you should vote for me. You don't do it. You put somebody else there, and the person feel you. So I'm back. We will not look at you. What did you do? Were you just on the side criticizing and watching for this man to fail for you to come on? We will not look at your face. So yes, Nelson, I will stop here.
Okay, thank you very much, Rudolph. And that's something important to talk about. We'll certainly maybe tomorrow take up more time. What should be the role of defeated political candidates in the governing process and all of that. But this issue is serious. Talking about the situation with Liberians in Ghana. It is not just a case where Liberia is sending a delegation there in a peaceful way and everything is stable and they're just trying to do. No. Where we stand now is that the Liberians have been taken to court. The folks from the the Western District there in Ghana, they took the folks to court, and this hearing is slated for the 11th of April. Now let me bring just before we move any further, let me bring Tennessee's on. Tennessee's is coming on as a guest panelist. So let's try to bring her on to make her debut appearance on the show tonight. Tennessee's, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight. You are muted. Can you unmute? Can you? Okay. You are muted now. Can you hear me? Oh no. We're not hearing you. We're not hearing you at all. You want to log out? Yeah.
Not making it in there.
Yeah. You want to log out and log in. Yeah. Log out. Try to log
She
out.
get love for the show, but she can't
You
make
can
it.
see the love in her eyes.
Yeah. She got love, but she will make it.
That is not a warm welcome.
You know, you might
I mean, don't do that. I mean, we are all just making jokes. She has to come in and know what we always do here, you know?
Yeah, but let her come in first.
Yeah, so let me try to bring her on again. Okay, so can you say something? Can you hear can you hear me?
Beautiful. Yes, I hear you very well. How are you guys doing?
There you go.
Now you make it. The guys are saying you had love, but you couldn't make it. But now you made it. So it's good to have you on tonight, Tennessee. Welcome to the show.
Oh well, thank you. It's an honor being here with you beautiful people.
Okay.
Nice to have you too, Tennessee. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so we are just about taking off the conversation, but you want
to.
So
Francis
have to chill on your bit. but I want us to get your opinion, just anything on your mind, anything you want to say just before we kickstart the show. You are muted, Tennessee. Can you unmute?
It's a privilege being here with you beautiful people. I am a Liberian, but raised in the United States. I love my country so dearly, and anything that is pertaining to my country, I love to be a part of it. So here am I, Tennessee, still, aka I'm also known as LIB's sister, the one and only sister in Liberia.
Okay, so it's good to have you on the show tonight.
I think I'm a sister too. Welcome, Dennis. It's nice to have you.
Thank you, Anita.
Okay, so okay, so I want us to get the show started now. This situation, I'm going to put the document up. Samuel should have been on tonight, but he's having flu, so he couldn't make it to come on. Just the other night, we hosted the president of this group, the leadership of the refugees there in the camp, and but again, he too couldn't make it to come on due to the time factor, and he's been seriously engaged. So, but I'm going to put the document up. This situation has resurfaced. Like the issue at Catholic Junction that so many people have been expressing their views about, we have this issue with Liberians in Ghana. It's been so many years, over 1 decade, in fact, maybe you want to say 2 decades or so. The folks have been there. And when we hosted them, they had their own side of the story. They said that there were arrangements and stuff like that, and everything they had to go through. But where we stand now is that the folks have been taken to court. The Liberian government, throughout this particular situation, the first thing is that a lot of you know we have an embassy in Ghana. There's a Liberian embassy in Ghana. What has been the role of the embassy in the first place since this situation took off? Since Liberians started to complain about this situation, a transition happens, new government comes to power, and it's been 2 months. And around the second month of this new administration, the folks there get out of patience, and then they decide to take the folks to court. So the document reads, and I'm trying to put this thing up. I don't just want to read it from here. Okay, so I think I have this one. Let me put the first one up, and then we can have the rest of the other documents coming in. But it has gotten to a point now where the government itself has gotten concerned, and they've sent a high-power delegation there. Well, who are those making it on the team to go there? The first thing is that they are going at a time when it is not a normal negotiation anymore. Okay, so this is the first document. I'm going to put the rest of them up. So there you have it here. Writ of summer in the 100th District Court, Central Region, between the Goma East District Assembly plaintiff versus the trespassers, defendants, Buduburan. So
they call them trespasser?
Yeah. So there are several counts in that particular document. There are several counts. There are several issues raised by the Ghanaians. So those people are saying that the fact that the time agreed upon for Liberians to stay in Ghana, the fact that that time has passed, every single person who is on the Buduburan camp right now is a trespasser. So let's take the first claim here. It says an order of evasion of the defendants who are illegally occupying the premises of the Point Hope Basic School, Buduburan. B, it says an order of perpetual eviction injunction restraining the defendants from using the Point Hope Basic School, Buduburan, as their place of abode and interrupting with the education in the community. Any other orders, and the list goes on, and we're going to take this one at a time because we have a volume of document on this particular issue here. But folks, following this particular court action and everything that's going on, this particular summons was served on the 25th, the third month of 2024. So that was in March. On the 25th of March, this particular summons was served. Now, following that, the government of Liberia then today decided to dispatch a delegation there. The hearing for this particular case is slated for the 11th of April. And who are those making the delegation? Let me remove this. Who are those making the delegation? I want us to take a look at this. Who are those making the delegation? Sorry, guys, I have to. But let's get your take on this issue. Let's start the conversation from here as I get the rest of the other documents to get coming up. Okay, so the Ministry of Foreign Affairs today put up a statement that the government of Liberia have sent a high-level delegation to Monrovia. A high-level delegation to Ghana, including representatives from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Councillor Arman, Jedi Aman, Deputy Minister for Legal Affairs, and officials of the Liberia Refugee Repatriation Commission to Ghana to collaboratively resolve the ongoing issues affecting approximately 1,600 Ghanaians. Now we're going to bring in the rest of the story on this particular issue here, but let's start the discussion here, guys. Let's look at the timing in the first place. The intervention made by the government now. Do you think it's timely in the first place? Now, information we're getting is that the government wants to have this issue settled out of court. Though the current legal representatives, folks from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and all of that, but they want to see how best they can possibly take this issue from the court, send the authorities there as saying that the people are trespassing, take the issue from the court and see how best they can resolve this particular matter with 1,600 Liberians there in Ghana. Are there other means that the government could have explored to have this particular issue addressed? Let's start the conversation with you, Francis, and then we're going to make the roundtable.
I mean, yeah, this stuff is sad and frustrating, disappointing, everything, you know. Unfortunately, war went to our country, and our people got displaced all over the world. We are grateful to the Ghanaians for, you know, opening their country to us all those years. But at some point, you overstay your welcome. You know, it's been what 23 years now or so, 22 years since. I mean, there's been peace in the country, and Ghana has been requesting, or the private citizens of their own Bujumbura have been requesting their land back. You know, we've heard a lot of horror stories about, you know, brutality going on the camp, all kinds of things. You know, and we heard about repatriation, you know, money that was given for people to go back home. Some people took the money, didn't go back. Some people left, went to Liberia, and then returned to Ghana. You know, all kinds of stories we heard. And of course, some people were born there. You know, that's the only country they know. But unfortunately, the people laws are different. Not that Liberia, if you are born on the soil, you are Liberian. Maybe Ghana is different. You know, but right now, like you said, the government is in it. I mean, it'll be in the best interest to settle outside of court, because as we can see what's happening, you mentioned Catholic Junction. The situation was settled in court, and the man was given the right to reclaim his land. Now we see what's going on. So when if they go to court, and then the owners of Bujumbura win, hey, the demolition continues even on a larger scale. So it's in the government of Liberia's best interest to settle outside of court, but also our folks should think about leaving. I mean, you may not have been born in Liberia.
No, but again, Francis, I get where you're coming from, but let's also consider this. The last time we hosted the guys, they said some of them went to Ghana about 25 years ago. Their parents who took them there, yeah, some of them who were born there. Some of them were born there. The parents who took them there are no longer alive. Some of their parents, you know, are not there. And some were born there. So coming back to Liberia is one thing, but where do they get started from? They know absolutely no one back home that if they were to come back to try to resettle or what have you, where they can actually get started from. What do you think should be the role of the government in this particular case, given that you're talking about Liberians who deserve protection from their very government?
Right, but you see, this is part of the problem too. The thing that makes it so frustrating. All these criminals we have running our country since the war started, from Ellen, 2 terms to George Weah, then now we have Boyka, that President Boyka just took over. If they were doing the right thing for the people, yes, those people that were born in Ghana that don't know Liberia, coming home, at least to a country that's open, there's development. Maybe the government will be in a position to say, you know what, we can provide housing for these people for 6 months, 9 months, whatever the case may be, until they can get on their feet and things like that. But Liberia's not even in a position to feed to provide jobs for the people that are even in the country, or even provide housing, lodging for the people that are Calais Junction. What more about 1,600 people from Ghana? You see, so that's the most embarrassing thing happening to our country. We can make the excuse, oh, war. War been over for over 2 decades. But the criminals that came to run the country just kept the country worse than when the bullets were flying. So it's sad, but I mean, I don't have the answer to where would it go. But I mean, something needs to be done. The Ghanaians want that land; they have to get it back. It's their land. You know, the country getting developed, so you can't deprive them the right to develop that country, to modernize that country because you don't know Liberia. Unlike your country, I don't want to develop.
Okay, thank you. Let's go you there and move to Emmy. Emmy, I want to highlight this comment from Lynn Lackport before going any further. He says, I live in Ghana for 8 years. We all received money to repatriate at some point. Both governments, now he's talking about the government of Liberia and the Ghanaian government, should find an amicable means to get those people out. But frankly, they've overstayed their welcome. Now, is this excuse or this whole conversation about people receiving money, is it an excuse for the everything we see going on now, the eviction, and especially the folks saying that at 5 a.m. they were still in bed when their homes were being demolished?
Well, thank you, Nelson. But this is a sticky situation, right? So, like Lynn said, I think this was when Eden became president or something like that. They tried to repatriate everybody, and some people took the money and stayed. I'm sorry, but at that point, you're on your own. Because if the government then try to do something, I'm pretty sure they were working with the Ghanaian government, and they probably told them about that land. And I'm pretty sure, you know how people are hard-headed. I don't mean to be insensitive, to sound insensitive or whatever, but they are hard-headed. Some of them feel like, oh, I've been here for a long time. Oh, the war just got over. I don't want to go there, and something happened, which is, reasonable. People are still scared. They're still they're having that little, pressure, fear in them about the war still. But if you would take the money, I think you should. But then again, they said it last time, they don't want to give them papers. You should be able to get out, get off the camp, and not be living like a refugee anymore, because the land is not there forever. Like, for instance, they have to develop that land, whoever owns that land. If they need it, they want it, and they know that the war in Liberia is over, you can't take the money that's supposed to get you back home, use it, and then stay right there on the camp. You can stay in Ghana for all you want, but you have to get out of that place. You have to go rent a home on your own out of the camp, do something, but you cannot stay there and still be living as refugee, as if the war is still going on, as if you never got a means to get out of there. Your government did not try to get you out of there. And mind you, they can only give you the money, I'm guessing, but I don't think they can go and tie everybody and throw them in a truck and say, let's go. If you want to take yourself, they'll give you the finances and stuff, but you have to get yourself out of there. And I don't know if they made it clear to them or not. If you take this money and don't leave, you're on your own from now. Because, I mean, look at the government of Liberia. Look at what just happened. The whole government is like bankrupt from this whole looting squad that just left. There's barely nothing to get started with, and now you are facing this problem. The only thing I see here, Nelson, let them hurry up with the access recovery team. That's all. Let them hurry up.
But what exactly does the asset recovery team do in this case?
We need some of those condominiums to get them in there, maybe for a while when they come home, until they can get on their feet. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure JMB will want to help, but at this point, I think their hands are tied. There's no it's money to host people to do all of those things. And so I mean, unless some kind of partner or some kind of donor or somebody can help out, I don't see that coming from Liberian government pockets right now. As much as they want to do it, because they have too much on their hand right now to do something. Even if they wanted to help, I don't think they and maybe they can, the Ghanaian government can help out in a way, or some other UN, somebody can come to something, but I don't. It's just a hard place to be right now. So,
Wow. Let's hear from you, Rudolph, and then we take Tennessee and then Michael.
Oh, yes. I mean, Nelson, this is a very complex issue in a sense that I mean, when we just listened to, I just listened to, I think it was Amy who said that some of them are claiming that their parents have died and they don't have, I mean, they don't know anywhere in Liberia to go and start from. Some of them were born in Ghana, and that is the only place they know. So it's a complex issue. But the thing is, I mean, they should understand as also that they were being done a favor. And I mean, the country has been peaceful for a very long time now. In as much as we understand some of them cries, but Nelson, this is like I said, it's a very complex issue, and I think what it would take now is some kind of diplomatic approach, which I trust that JMB is very capable of doing, because we saw this thing. I mean, during the time of Madame Salif, where there was a time where the U.S. I think it was during her first term or something, the U.S. were trying to deport people back home, and all it took was being diplomatic, and I mean having a sit down and making a very strong case that Liberia was not ready to take in anybody else, because she was focused on revamping the country, and she was focused on providing jobs for those who were present, and improving their livelihoods. And the great US of A, listen, that was I mean, when you are on the US deportation list, for you to get off it, it's not easy. But again, Ellen did it. So we are counting on JMB to be diplomatic and handle this. And the good thing there is that he's a good friend to the Ghanaian president. They have been friends for many years now, even before he became vice president. So I mean, we are optimistic about this. We know that with the level of experience JMB has in governance, he is going to use that to make sure that we come to an amicable closure for this.
Now, but just before we move to Tennessee, given the current situation in the country, do you think, Rudolph,
Yep.
the government has what it takes to cater for those people? Because repatriating them is one thing. The government has some plans to have those people return at the end of April. But then, given the situation at hand, someone will talk about budget is not passed yet, and even accommodation for those people as they come back home. What do you think from that end?
Nelson, this might not be the best the best solution now, but I think what we can try to do. I mean, like, we just need to have a team that can somehow connect those people to their families back home, because most of them don't even know how to find their families back home. I mean, like, the country is not good. I mean, that is a fact. Nothing is working for now. I mean, we just had a new government who is fighting so hard to start to make the country work again. So this is a problem, honestly. But like I said, what we can do now, if if we cannot strike a deal to extend their stay until things get better, which I think he should do. But if he cannot do that, and the only option is to bring them back home, then I think it's just smart enough to put together a team and start
Okay.
to connect these people with their families back home.
Okay, so thank you, Rudolph. Let's take Tennessee. Then we're gonna bring Nathaniel on. Right after Tennessee, we take Mikael, and then we'll bring Nathaniel on. Nathaniel has some information on this that he wants to share as well before we make the transition to our next topic. But Tennessee, let's hear your take on this issue. We're talking about 1,600 Liberians here, most of whom have absolutely no means of coming back home. This to talk about where to start from when they come back home. This situation, is there a way you think this situation could have been avoided where Liberians will be more like disgraced in another country before having the intervention of our government when those people have been dragged to court?
Thank you for that great question. I want Liberians to be very cautious when approaching this matter. This is a very sensitive matter. How many of us that came on the refugee program in the U.S., if we were told today, give us chicken change and say, go back to your country, how many of us would say, I'm willing to go back to a country with no system? Put yourself in these people's shoes for a second. I was one of those people. The young man sent me the information. It's so traumatic. I couldn't even go through all of them. But these people been in Ghana for over 20 years. When the Ghanaian government needed Liberians, when billions of dollars were put into Ghana, when Ghana was barely on nowhere, because of refugees today, Ghana is almost more than other West African countries. Now that we are no longer needed, the resources are no longer being poured in from other countries because of the refugee Liberians. Now y'all are kicking our people out like dirt. I'm just asking that question for a second. You're gonna take that in. The second thing, Nathan, I'm gonna come to you real quick. The second thing is, I believe and I know Liberians deserve at least a document, legal document, to live on the soil of Ghana. When they earn it, okay? Like, because of Liberians today, that country is fully developed. So I am saying, when everything is being done behind closed doors, I am pleading with the government of Liberia. Go in with your full chest and demand that your people remain in Ghana and be given. 2,600 is nothing. We have people putting in and out of Liberia every single day, enjoying our resources. The Ghanaian government can grant our people resources if they want to. But now that we no longer have what they want, they no longer want us in their country. But go ahead, you were asking something.
So yeah, and that's a very great point. And I like the aspect where you mentioned how much of an impact the presence of the refugees made or had on the Ghanaian economy. But now, given the situation at hand, those people are being kicked out. Our government is trying to negotiate this thing the best way possible so that those guys can return. Now, in a case where now you are talking about the need for those people to be granted legal document. Do you think it's gonna be is it gonna provide some sort of long-term solution to this issue that Liberians are faced with in Ghana?
Yes. Now, Tanya, when you're advocating for your people and you know what it is that you want, and you go in, Nelson, when you go into that room with your full chest, think about our government. They don't have their people at heart. Okay? If you love your people and your people, your people tell you what they want, go into that room and say, this is what our people want. And as a partner, we want y'all to please grant this to our people. And however that we can compensate this process, let us know. If the Ghana government will say, okay, we agree to this, but we need y'all to at least come in the financial aspect, then we go back to the table and say, how can we do this? But I want the government of Liberia to say, we want our people to be granted because this is all they know for 20 plus years.
Now,
and our country is not stable enough yet, Nathaniel. It's not it's not stable enough yet, Nelson.
So you think the country is not stable enough to have Liberians return?
It's not.
But do you think that they are even going to be safe in Ghana if the government was to have this negotiation, get the people, maybe the Ghanaian government say, okay, we agree. But one thing we should consider here is that the actual owners of that particular place that is being called the Buduburan camp, it is the owners of that land that are raising the issue, that are raising the tension, bringing the yellow machines to demolish the homes of Liberians. So let's assume there's a negotiation and the Ghanaian government says, okay, yes, we agree. Do you think those people will be safe? The last time we hosted their president here, he said he's not secure. He has to move around with security or Liberians, with him because the guys will threaten him day in and day out that he's the one, the head of the people. He's the one encouraging the people to still remain on their land. And if they don't leave, they will do X, Y, and Z. Today, they're being taken to court. Do you think that negotiation will provide any long-term solution?
Yes, this is not. He is going through this right now because our government have not sat on the table yet.
Yeah.
When our government go on that table and say, this is our offer. And if you agree to take our people into your country, every month we will give you compensation. These people are no longer refugees. Remove them from the refugee camp. Put them integrate them into your various cities. And we will compensate. Nelson, and let hear from the Ghanaian government, at least give them something to go off on, not to have our citizen living in that. Oh my gosh, it's so disgusting. Okay, not to have them living in that condition, brother.
Thank you. Now I see your hand up, Amin and Francis. I know you want to interject quickly, but we have Nathaniel on the line. We'll bring Nathaniel on. But Francis, let me hear from you quickly, and then just 20 seconds, just a quick 20 seconds.
I know our sister Tennessee is passionate about what's going on. We all concerned about folks in Liberia, but Liberia have earned.
Francis, I don't know, for some reason your audio you're sounding like a little bit far away. But go ahead.
Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, we should all pray that things settle. But to claim that the Liberians that earned the right to be there, and because of them, Ghana is developed today, that is far from the truth. The people have their system. They took Liberians in. Yes, the international community sent millions of dollars over there to help the refugees, and they provide a home. But when the money stopped coming and the people have to still develop their country, Liberia don't have the right. Liberians don't have the right to be in that country. Also, that land is private land. It's privately owned, and the people need that land. But as you see, you yourself mentioned, Ghana is fast developing. Liberia is not negotiating from a place of strength. Liberia is going to that table from a place of weakness because the country is broke. How can you tell the Ghanaian government integrate our people and we will fund their stay here when you can barely take care of the folks at home? So all we need to pray for is an amicable resolution to this thing. And our folks, those that were born there, is unfortunate. Every country has their own law that govern refugees and immigration. But we should focus on how best our people can come home if the Ghanaians don't want us there.
Thank you.
We don't have the right to be there.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Emmy, you still have your 20 seconds you want to take quickly? If not, then we move to Mika one and then we'll bring Nathaniel on. Nathaniel wants to make a quick input on this one. Emmy? Okay, Emmy is on the line. Can you go ahead?
No, I'm here. I have my unmuted. So,
Okay.
kind of like what Francis said, right? Tennessee, I know I understand what you're saying, but I don't think we have the right to be there as refugees. We have Ghanaians in Liberia. So, in this case, like the only thing that I agree with, I think is our government should be asking them that to give them papers to be able to move out and be able to be in a country to live there like other Ghanaians are living in our country, if they can get jobs, because I know a lot of people say there's no jobs, they're not giving people jobs, that then they can be a little selfish with that. But you cannot say that, oh, because these people, I think they help us out. And if this land that they're talking about, if it's not government land, we cannot say that, oh, we have to stay there because the international community or people help them out with all this money we're pulling in, so it had to be them. Maybe it was for some time, right? So now that the time is over, they are expecting us to leave.
Thank you.
Not, and the time is over. I don't think these people are still pulling in money. So I mean, if I'm giving you my house to rent and you're renting it and you're no longer giving me rent, of course I want you out, right? So I will not want you to stay there because you give me,
Can I be permitted to ask her a quick question?
I think
Okay, yeah. So ask a quick question. Ask that quick question, Timothy.
I don't know if you're a parent, but if you go
I am.
if you go in on behalf of your child, the power that you carry with you, it is different from your child going in and asking for something. Okay, I said if our government go on the table and our government going in, it will lighten up the burden. If those 1,600 go back to Liberia, our country will go down. But as a parent, don't you think when you go in, it will your weight will be heavier than that child advocating for themselves? That's the question.
No, I do agree that the government should go in to negotiate on giving the Liberians that those that don't want to go back home, giving them status to stay, but not on the camp, to stay as regular people that just came and want to live in Ghana, and not depending on the government anymore of Liberia or the government of Ghana. That they're on their own. Yes, I do agree with that.
Thank you. I mean, Rudolph, I see your hand up, but we have to take Mikael on quickly. Sorry, we have to take Mikael on. We're going to come back to you. Mikael, please go ahead. Let's hear your take on this issue.
Well, y'all can make me always lost my train of thought. Because
just jot down your notepad and be writing.
I mean, we got to complete a cycle. Then we can start discussing, we got what to say. But, I don't know much about these issues, but the critical questions here that need to be asked. And those questions need to be answered correctly and to the point. Okay. And those questions, number one is this. Liberian people did not just find themselves in Ghana. That was a situation that carried them there, number one. Wow. When they went there was some negotiations through some entity that got them established there, which back then Liberia government was not in a position to do that. It was through the United Nations that had them that land, that purchased that land for them to settle on that piece of land in Ghana. That get that straight. Now, since the Civil War, like I always tell we Liberians, we always got to think about the future. Liberian men don't think about future. Liberian men always think about what they can get today and enjoy today and kill the next generations. That has been our consistent lifestyle as Liberians, and we need to desist from those behaviors. Now, since the Liberian Civil War being over, I don't think the Liberian government actually sit down to rethink about the people who are displaced around the world during the Civil War, during I think 15 years Civil War. They haven't. If we go through the rank and files and documents and it just contrary, open-minded, developing, thinking about their own people, you will not see some of the people. And if you do see them, it will not be even correctly, or properly arranged as to how can bring those people home. Even if there will be nobody that actually been paying attention to those things. The ministry that's supposed to be involved with in those things, government agencies that's supposed to be involved with in those things, that's supposed to be working with the refugee community, working with UN, working with this. UN were in Liberia. Those was the perfect time for those things to be negotiated. You understand? But the Liberian government, like I think Francis or Ruda was saying, when those people, when George Bush were about to deport over thousands and thousands of Liberians from America to Liberia, Eddie Johnny told George Bush clearly, if we bring those boys, the economy will just drop. Because we can't even maintain the people that are living within Liberia before you bring all those people to us. Please just keep them and do whatever you want to do with them. And that's how they stay here. And some of them stay here. You must want to stay here in jail today.
You know,
She donated them.
the way you said it, do what you want to do what you want to do.
Exactly what you're saying.
But it's serious. I mean, I want us to bring.
But let me finish though. You don't going to call me all of that hell now, bro. Let me finish my point.
So take 20 seconds to conclude because
but the point I'm trying to make here is now some of those people being born in Ghana. I don't know what the Ghanaian law, as to people who are born there, who are parents not from there and all that. But I know most country law is when born on the soil, you automatically become a citizen there or something. I don't know what is it. I'm not saying
as a refugee
in Africa.
I said, I don't know. I don't know where is it there, but maybe they don't have that. But the Liberian government was supposed to be planning how to even build a place for the people to start thinking on how they can bring them to reset, for resettlement. Let's take, for example, whatever money they say again, who gave them the money? Was it you and that carried them there, that started them there, giving them resettlement money? Who are giving this money? That's what the time the Liberian government was supposed to go in, either collects that money instead of giving it to the individual, bring it back home, build a place, and resettle those people. Instead of individual taking that money, sitting there, and the bread will stay fall on the Liberian government for them to bring back where they know they don't have the money to resettle those people. So, in short, we need to talk to the Ghanaian government. Those people were born there. Some of them don't know what Liberia is. So some of them can be reincorporated into that society as they're already there, so they can find a way to live, And whoever can bring home, I don't know what Liberian government going to do about that, but
thank you. Now let's bring Nathaniel in.
No,
Nathaniel,
20 seconds, man. I can get my 20 seconds here, bro.
Okay, so we're gonna give you 20 seconds. We'll come back. Just jot down your thoughts.
It's okay, no problem. No problem.
Nathaniel, it's good to have you on the show. Welcome, Mr. Bernard.
Yes, Nelson, thank you so much for your kind gesture to grant me this opportunity. I'm Nathan Bernard. I'm a Liberian, Australian, and I want to provide a couple of information.
Okay.
I don't know whether the audience and the Liberian citizen will hear it. Are they hearing what I'm talking?
You are loud and clear. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You see, Ghanaian Liberians have been so honest to them. And even what Mary brought them in 1969 from Ghana, from the deportation, they started doing this thing. The guy who came, who deported, who overthrew Kwame Nkrumah, General Kofi Bushra. He deported Liberia in 1969. Tobotan 1977, General Achampo, who overthrew, Kofi Bushra, he deported Liberia. Okay, in Nigeria, in 1979, they deported Nigeria. There's a wild man, Sheku Shagari, who was the president in Nigeria, deported 1.5 million Ghanaians. They walked from Nigeria to that. But we have never been doing this thing. You know that they had a refugee camp? Liberian women, the Nigerian built Kaswa. They were, economy, they were doing things like that. All of a sudden, they just ran over them and they deported them. And then when this guy stepped down, Olusegun Obasanjo, the other guy who were there, Sheku Shagari was a surveillance. No, but it's too much. This is how they deported these people. We are being good people to these people. They are using our ocean from Cape Moon to Cape Palmer. They're fishing their economic migrant. And then when they walk in, Cherry Roland, there was information between Tom Willie and the American people. This is how they gave for that land. And then when they gave for the land, it was an open field, but people started sending remittances from the 91, 92. This is how Liberian people started building their own horses. If I can, those that went there, the crown people from Grand Judea, the Lord Historic, the village that near there was also fantastic horses the Ghanaians were living in. Liberians started building their 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom that people sending money, those with $200, $250 can build a house. This is how they came over above. Ghanaians, they are now good. I will give you an example why they are not good.
Yeah. Okay. Just before you go, I want to come in quick, just briefly before you go ahead. As much as we're Liberians, this issue is a very sensitive one. I do believe that they have some good Ghanaians They are reasonable people, they are good people, and they are bad people in every given society, country, or organization. So to just generalize them, considering that we own radio as well online, I think we will have to try to avoid that. They are good Ghanaians as well.
Okay. Okay, let me explain. I'm from Buchanan, right? Fish Town, go there. They missing people places. There are people making money from our Atlantic Ocean. They don't pay no billing. Can we just all of a sudden the superintendent of Buchanan should just say the Liberian people say you're going home? No, in Marshall Territory, in Cape Mount, all these places they are living all over, more than almost going to 500,000 plus Ghanaians. Why is one of the people living on Burumbura Camp? They don't even reach during the war. We were about something. About 45,000 now. It had decreased. A lot of Liberians are returning. The people over there, they are there because some of them they don't have nowhere to go. I was one of those that were living on the camp. Every day they bring in.
What do you think is the solution to this issue? I mean, the problem is already.
The solution is we want to appeal to how to call it our president, Joseph Boakai. Let him take the Ghanaian from our ocean. They're exploiting all in Ghana. No foreigner fishing on their ocean. We let the government reactivate Motorado Group of Company, bring a whole lot of boats. They can borrow it. Even the United States, even the country are living in the oil of the country. You bring in boat and the employ Liberian there. The captain, you can bring one TV fishing boat. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about big vessel. And then let it create more. You know what Morocco living on? Morocco accumulate 4.5 billion annually for their fishing, for their ocean. These people are exploiting all. We don't get nothing. Then our people living there.
Yeah, you know.
I want to explain more, but you don't want to get me.
I just want us to face the issue, to be right on the issue. You know, I know there are other issues with Ghanaian. There are other issues with other nationals here in Liberia, and stuff like that. But given the situation at hand,
no, I'm not going there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so given
I'm not going to other issues. You see, the best people in West Africa is Nigerian. Let me give you a small example. 2001, Chapter 10. Wait a minute. 2001, Chapter 10. We have about 180 Liberian boarded a ship to go to Ghana. We had 350 Ghanaian. We had 30 Nigerian there. Everybody carries some people passport, including, I don't want to call some government official, president and parts. We all were there. I don't want to call their name. When we reached Ghana, they disembarked their people. The 300, they put all their load down, chartered the town. What happened? They put a 30 Nigerian down, and then we are just 180 Liberian women and children. They chase up for gunboat, they fire at it, including Benu Kasulu, they all were on that ship.
Okay.
So let me get, because she's not government official. And you understand, we stayed 26 days on the Atlantic Ocean. We were drinking salt water, some girls had mascara before Obasanjo said, let the Liberian people come in. See how the people treat us all over there. But at Bujumbura camp, you and Bill Toller, then Ghanaian put their own citizen there. My Liberian put your home, man. Put their own citizen to collect money from us. If you don't have money to toilet on our camp, your own refugee camp, you will shit on your taxi. This is how they have been doing for almost 20 years.
Francis, I see you want to come in.
They have been treating our people.
Francis, I see you want to come in. It's here.
Yeah, we can look at this from an emotional standpoint. We can talk about the Ghanaians in Liberia. The Ghanaians in Liberia, they are almost a majority that provide the fish that we eat in Liberia. Liberians are now in a position to take control of our fishing industry. You can see it's recent. In the last 10 or 15 years, Liberians have started getting more into business. So if we decide to take Ghanaians out of our fishing industry, we will suffer in our country. We're not prepared for that. So Ghanaians in Ghana, they are providing jobs for their people. We are not doing the same thing here. The Ghanaians and Nigerians, all foreigners that come to Liberia, they are even providing jobs in Liberia. They are providing opportunities in Liberia for Liberians to benefit from. What are we doing in their country? So that's not a fair comparison. If you have if there are criminals, Ghanaians in Liberia, let them be deported. But you can't say the Ghanaians are in Liberia, law-abiding and being productive in Liberia, or deport them just because of what happened in 69 or whatever the case may be. That's too emotional. We can't bring that here. Let's focus on the issue.
Okay, thank you, Francis. I mean, you want to come in and I see.
I don't agree with the I thing, but for instance, I also disagree that our people cannot fish for themselves.
No.
I think Liberian people can do it. I think a lot of things Liberians want to do in our country, they are not giving the support to. They give it to more to foreigners and stuff. I'm not saying the Ghanaians are getting more something, but I think if the Liberians today, they are more aware and know that they need to take their country and do more for themselves than something. And there's no way I'm saying that I agree with the guy that they should deport all Ghanaians, because I don't think they deserve that. And first of all, if we have ECOWAS country or whatever now, why are we having this problem for Liberians to stay in Ghana? And I think the only thing that I'm hearing from Lane here, because Lane was in Ghana before, he said that the problem here is the land. It's not the people staying in Ghana. So if this problem here is Liberians want to hold on to that land that is not for them, then there should be it will be an issue, because he's saying that there are a lot of Liberians staying in Ghana without a problem. So maybe the land is the issue here that we need to be talking about, not the Ghanaians. I don't think the Ghanaians are telling them to leave. If that is the problem, then we can also talk, because if we have the ECOWAS thing going on, and I don't think
let me interject briefly. Can I go through?
Okay, yeah, kindly hold on a bit. Let's take Mika one, and then we'll bring you in.
I just want to people there quickly. Just 10 seconds.
My brother, you come on.
Okay, yeah. So let's have the last. Let's have Mika one come on, then you will come in with 10 seconds.
Okay. That just was quite one question I want to say. Francis, what you just said, I don't agree with you. Ghanaians are very mean people in Africa. They're not doing no favor.
Listen, guys. No, guys.
You don't start World War III here.
No, guys.
Wait, let me just finish.
No, let me come in.
No, but the thing Francis was saying, they're not doing no favor being Liberia.
No, guys. Let's do
Liberia. They're not doing no favor making levy for this thing.
People are not like Liberian country.
That's the thing they are doing.
They are not like Liberian country.
Okay, so let's hold it at that. Let's hold it at that.
How many group of Liberians see on the coast of Ghana?
Let's hold it at that. Mika on.
The fact that we accept them to do it.
Thank you. Let's hold you there, Mika on. And
don't say that.
Let's go to Nathaniel, can you wrap up? And then Nathan, rather, can you wrap up? And then we try to get back to the panel.
Yes. Yeah. The gentleman that said, how to call it? We are ECOWAS. The lady that said ECOWAS country. She got herself wrong. ECOWAS country. We advocated for all the country. Then 69 they deported Liberian that brought them 77, and they deported a whole lot of Nigerians. And in 1979 back to Nigeria before Nigeria reciprocated. You understand? That Bujumbura camp, we provided our own horses, our own food, etc. When the people bring the refugee food, you ain't give it. Ghanaian had a refugee bowl with Liberian e-rice. They turn it to corn, and then they bring the corn. Then we sell it back to them. We go in the market. People can give like no foreigner job. We can't even sell in that market.
Okay, so let's do this.
You can't go to the Walmart.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
They are all over our country.
Yeah, hello.
Hello,
are you there? Are you there? I want us to face this issue for the benefit of our audience. When exactly did you move to Ghana? When did you move to Ghana?
I moved to Ghana. My destiny was 2001 precise at the time, and the Ghanaian, they by their people to tell my put wanted to get that one.
So you moved there 2001.
We stayed 20. 26 days we spend on the ocean. We go to Togo, say Ghana, refuse.
Okay. Yeah. So no, I want us to take this step by step. I want us to do this, sir.
Okay.
I want us to have a conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? So you moved to Ghana in 2001, right? When it comes to the negotiation, what do you know about the negotiation that was held with respect to
that camp? There was
not for the camp. No, not. I'm talking about the negotiation about monies for Liberians to return or remain in Ghana. What do you know about that?
Thank you very much. You see, most of our Liberian women who have met there from the 90s, they assemble on the football field. They had a placard. Most of them were from the border side, crime people, geo people, and other people. They said, well, we are staying for a long time, and our houses got burned, and our property, we don't have nothing again. So what they do, they make a placard on the football field. Guess what? They asked the UN to get each family 1,000 so they can return to Liberia. The Ghanaians were brought one General Dankwa with helicopter. They took the women and sent them to Kodiabe. You understand? They sent them to Kodiabe. They were there. And then they were there 2005, rather. They sent them to Kodiabe. That time, Eliha just had to call it, take over 2005. Thank you for that information.
Okay.
And then Olubangi King went there, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, to address the guy who was living with Ebi Tobo on the old rule. How to call it before he got scholarship of Ghanaian men, right?
So yeah.
Before he got
So your information is that they gave each family 1,000 to leave Ghana.
No, 25. They gave when the women then protested, they gave them $5 US. Those who stayed there 20-year-old, 10-year-old.
No. I want to understand this thing because a lot of people are listening to you now, and some of them might know about what you're saying. So we need to be true to every single information we put out here. Okay. Are you saying that?
All right.
Again, no. Let me come with a question. How much? What do you know about this negotiation? How much did the government of Ghana arrange with the with the folks to give for each family head?
The arrangement was between the Ghanaian government and the refugee board of Ghana, who Liberia got no representative there. And then what they brought to us on the camp was $5 per person. $5 to my living girl. And in Australia here, the people can attack. But when I mean but, you can carry your bed, mattresses, you put it on the vessel, they brought out the boat there. Okay. That was the first pay. Okay. Then another run, I think go by, they gave Liberian $100. I went without $100 to return back to, and then they put who in my and UNHCR ID card. I'm not a refugee. Okay. So this is how happy. But those that stay there all that years, $25 US they get a test. Nobody will they all can attest. We all are on the refugee camp. Well, and every day they know the story here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's been a great time having you on the show tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, let me summarize briefly and thank you too for your time. It's time that Liberian take over the economy. Huh? What is it?
Yeah. So just take 20 seconds to conclude, sir, because we're seriously running out of time.
Yeah, I want to appeal to Joseph Boakai. The same law that Kwame Nkrumah made today, Ghanaian first. When you carry Ghanaian to police, you will not get nothing other. But when they carry you to police, they will put you in remand. You be calling your people. They will create jobs for our people. Every job at a mine, Monimba, at the call everywhere on the ocean, we should control. The gentleman that said, rather those days you were baby. You know how many fishing boats that were importing lobster spring, that were fishing through Maserati group of company. We need our system back and keep the people out of our ocean. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Wow. Rudolph, I want you to come in.
Yeah, I mean, you guys kept me out of this whole conversation, but it's okay. You know, it is one thing to, to use our own emotions on these issues because we are Liberians, and one way or another we care about our people, and we want the best for them. But let us also understand that Liberians did not just go to Ghana. There was an agreement that took them there.
Yeah.
And in January of 2012, UNHCR, the governing body of the worldwide refugee,
Mhm.
they announced the end of of that kind of status for Liberians, not just in Ghana but everywhere in the world, because and the reason why they ended that status, it was because they said the war has ended and Liberia was making progress. So by 2008, this whole thing ended, and they said by the end of June of that year, Liberians were supposed to be going home, or they had the other option of which was from the UN protocol on free not UN, the ECOWAS protocol on free movement. So then Liberians, so from 2012, from June 2012, Liberians were no longer seen as how they call it, refugee in Ghana anymore. Those who chose to stay there, the law that they were staying there on was the Protocol on Free Movement, which allows ECOWAS state people from ECOWAS state to travel or to enter, reside, and do business in any other
That's what I'm talking
ECOWAS
about.
country,
Yeah.
right? So I think but then our Liberian people still decided to stay on that camp and wanting to be refugee when they are not. That is just factual information. They are not refugees. So they choose to stay there. It was upon them to make life for themselves from that time forward. Some of them did not. So Nelson, we cannot approach this issue and say, "Oh, an eye for an eye." No. If we want our people to stay in Ghana, like I said, it has to be a diplomatic approach. We are on the right now at this point. We are. We should be begging them not to be saying, "Oh, Liberians have the right to be in Ghana." No, we don't. I'm sorry to shock you, but we don't. And I'm not just saying it because I want to say it. There are laws backing these things. You don't use morals to say, "Oh, like they have the right." No, by law they don't have the right, Nelson. So what we can do now, because our country is not in a good state to take them home. Let's beg. Let's put down the pride and beg Ghana. That's it.
Well, maybe the men are right because we are ECOWAS citizens. You
No,
don't see
that
it
is what I no. So Yeri said, right? We are ECOWAS citizens. They have like I said, the protocol on free movement, right? That was our 1979 protocol, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, sorry, yeah, that's it. It was 1979. The protocol does not say that you should be a refugee. So that spot that they are occupying was meant for refugee. The fact that they are no longer refugees, there is no right to be in that spot. They can move on and make life for themselves within Ghana on that protocol. I don't know if you guys are understanding where I'm coming from.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Now, we get exactly where you're coming from, and but let's give 20 seconds to Francis.
Yeah, you see exactly, Rudolph. But
we have to make a transition now.
We all want to talk. People want to come from the emotional side.
Yes,
We just got to face reality.
I wanted you to ask Tennessee maybe about the pricing, the money amount that the guy was talking about, because she knows about it.
Yeah. Let's have Francis to conclude.
You see, so when we talk about Liberians life into fishing, this, that, and the other, think about it. It's the same thing that happened in the U.S. when they talk about immigration. They talk about the immigrant, the U.S. trying to fight to figure out how to do legal and proper immigration, because when they deport or stop the workers' permit or whatever the case may be for Mexicans to cross over into America and work, you know what happened to the food shortage in this country? So it's the same exact thing. We're talking about, people in the comments talk about, how about nuclear town? The crew people, you hear about the crew people, yeah? The crew people always been in Liberia. But how can the Fanti people talk about West Point and no other places? And what majority of our fishermen, even during the war, I'm not saying Liberians don't fish, but majority of our fishermen are Ghanaians. They do, and the people in our country, they're not liability on Liberia. If anything, they are helping the economy of Liberia. Our own government is the problem with why our country is the way it is. The Ghanaians turn our country around. We can't do the same. That's why our people don't even want to come home. So don't blame the Ghanaians. If they deport our people, they didn't just grab law-abiding citizens, or maybe say, people enjoying themselves, just passing through, that deport them. No. So that take emotion out of this thing and be logical about it. The people building our country, we keep our country in the dumper.
Thank you. We're about to make our quick transition, but Tennessee, you live on this scam as well. Nathan came on and he said that the guys are giving $5. I mean, what do you know about this amount for resettlement?
I never live on the camp. I just happen to know because I have people that live there, and research make me to have some of this knowledge on the camp. But when these people were giving money to integrate or go back to Liberia, it was not $5. They were heavily compensated.
Thank you.
So too.
You know,
Yeah,
and the reason why I'm asking the reason why I asked that question is we hosted the current president of this Liberian Association there on the camp, and he said at the time prior to this particular exercise, the guys were giving some $1,000 so that they would relocate, so that they'll come back to Liberia. For those who wanted to come to Liberia, for those who wanted to stay, they were going to be giving status. But even with that arrangement, they gave them the status, but they did not give them the permission to work. The issue of work permit was not included. And that became a major point of concern. How come you're giving us right to be here, but we don't have right to work? Then how do we sustain ourselves while we're in this country? You know,
the government.
So that became the next issue.
Your government did not properly advocate for your people. And when I came on here and I stated that our government does not have us at heart, that's what I was talking about. If you are just going to send bunch of advocates and say go to talk for your people, and you don't go in person, negotiation, the documents that will be signed, it will not be on behalf of your people. It will not be in their interest. But these people are now saying that the amount that was given to these people were not even. It was not even disclosed on any document, but they were heavily compensated. If you go back home, this is what you will get. And you know our Liberian people, then we do our little money, then they take their money, ate it, then they sat down on the camp. Some of them built houses on the land that they were leasing. But they were heavily compensated.
Thank you, Tennessee.
Now
we want to go back.
But then you were pleading for them.
We want to go back. We want to make a transition now, guys. And Francis have been on this platform beating on Representative Yeke Kolba almost every single day. He said the lawmaker. The He said the lawmaker makes a case outside, but he doesn't make a case at in session. In plenary. But this is it. This is it. Francis, Representative Yeke Kolba on Thursday wrote a communication to plenary. This is where I want us to start from. The lawmaker wrote a communication. He submitted a communication to the plenary of the House of Representatives to summon the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs due to his alleged disrespect and humiliation to former President George Weah when he returned from his vacation at the RIA. So, according to the lawmaker, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs had a hand in that particular situation. So, the plenary accepted the communication of Representative Yeke Koluba, and Minister Sylvester Gracespade is to appear next week Tuesday for allegedly preventing the former president from using the RIA's VIP lodge. Considering his portfolio, a communication from the Montserrat County lawmaker was taken. It was submitted, and yes, so the Minister of State is going to be appearing based on the summon of Representative Yeke Koluba. Now, there are different aspects to this thing, Francis, and I don't want you to look at me with that eye because I know you want to get off on this issue, but take your time, all right? Representative Yeke Koluba is raising an issue for President George Weah.
Can you imagine?
For President George Weah. The very president under whose administration Representative Yeke Koluba cried out loud about ill treatment, humiliation, he not being respected as a lawmaker. He insulted this president. He said all the worst things about this president. But today, he's writing a communication on the floor of the House of Representatives plenary, asking that body to summon the Minister of State so that some actions can be taken. What do you think is happening here? What do you think triggered this communication? Is the lawmaker now? For instance, we're not going to start with you. Kindly mute your microphone.
You're going to start with me?
The lawmaker just a couple of days ago was spotted at the CDC headquarters. There were concerns as to whether he's a seditious now or he's still part of the opposition that brought him to power. Next thing is he's introducing a communication to have the Minister of State, one of the number one men in the president's cabinet, to appear before the Senate, to the House of Representatives, to say why they denied George Weah entry, usage of the lodge. Let's start with you. No, we're not going to start with you, Rudolph. Let's start with Emmy on this one.
Hallelujah. Yes. No,
I get love, but I'm just legit.
Yeah, you did. But oh my God, where do I start on this dude? It's like somebody just said, James. Jesus, what he said, if Yeke were in America, you are going to be in a group home. Absolutely. This guy is not.
This is a lawmaker. I mean, this is a lawmaker. Let's address him with the due courtesy. This is a lawmaker.
Okay, another thing, due courtesy. Respect is earned. Okay, it's not given on a platter of gold because you want to be. He's no honorable to me. Okay, y'all can call him because the Zuko said the journalist can be called honorable Zuko. Everybody that honorable in Liberia. If you're not doing an honorable thing, trust me, I'm not calling you any honorable. Trust me. I'm sorry. Yeke is looking for so much attention. Yeke, we are them Miss Yeke to get away with what he wanted to get away with doing it the past 6 years, right? Because they kept giving him that attention that he was seeking. And the public saw it, right? They saw the things they were doing to him, the disrespect, the harassment. They seen it. So everybody was sympathizing with Yeke, right? They felt it for him. But then this government now, here, responsible, all his jumping around and everything he's doing, nobody paying him no mind. Now Yeke has been exposed.
Now,
Yeke don't know
this
what to
communication,
do.
Emmy, this communication.
I'm coming. Yeke don't know what to do. He's exposed. He looks so everything he's doing, he wants for people to be doing this to him, going the same thing we are doing. And he said, oh, yo, look, you see the government after me? I can't do that one yet. I can't do, that's what he's looking for. And nobody giving him that attention. And he's trying so hard. He's trying his best to get that, to get somebody to be doing that to him. And I really, really hope and pray that nobody gives him that attention. That's what he's doing. Who is Yeke to be calling? I mean, well, okay, he's a lawmaker. Let me take that back. But he heard that the whole thing that happened at the airport was, if nobody denies we are anything. We are wanted to go to presidential instead of a VIP, forgetting to know that he just got defeated. He was no longer the president. So where he coming from, calling somebody, regular communication, to call somebody and ask them, or to deal with them, or to do something about why they're denying we are. When did he become this so much fall in love with we are out of a certain that he wants to be doing things that does? What is that doing for District 10 people? What is that communication doing for the people of District 10 that voted for him? What has he done? What communication has he put on the floor since he became, they re-elected him?
But this is a communication, Emmy. You just said that.
Yeah, but what is it doing for the people of District 10? Nothing. Nothing. It's not doing anything for the people of District 10. Okay? That has happened, and it was over with.
Thank you. Now let's move to Francis. Francis, the lawmaker representing Yeke Koluwa finally put a communication on the floor. He wants the Minister of State to appear, to be summoned, and say why Ara is a VIP executive lodge. Let's hear your take on this.
Anytime
has the opposition community lost Representative Yeke Koluwa finally? So sorry, the ruling establishment now they're the ruling establishment. They were opposition.
But man, nobody care. Like I said, I probably sit on the platform and say we use Yeke because we want to get Judge Ria out. The CDC, they are so corrupt. They had no defense against Yeke, whether he was lying or not. It was an irresponsible administration. But that's not going to happen here. That will not fly here. We will fact check Yeke and we'll chase him on every platform to make sure that people understand that he lied. And I'm going to make him my work on the 2029. I'm going to make sure District number 10 understand that Yeke is a fraud. He's writing communication about, like Amy said, President George Weah is former president. Use VIP lounge, presidential lounge for Joseph Boakai and his guests. You're not president. Go sit down. So Yeke has nothing good to do. Like I said, he always look for something to make noise over so they can say, oh, Yeke is for the Liberia people. You see how he's talking against the government? You see how he's talking against the government? That all he does. But nothing. He's been there. Now he's going 12 years. Not a single bill he has put on the floor to be argued or sponsor.
And not a single bill has been put on the floor, but the communication is there now. Just before moving to Rudolph, and then we take Tennessee's and Mikael on. But let's do this. Francis. Are you saying this? Because I know very well this Francis here sat on this platform. He campaigned for the Unity Party for over 3-4 months. And during that time, Yeke Koluwa was a hero for you. You classify this lawmaker as one of the best lawmakers, very vocal, and said all the best things about him. No. But today, Representative Yeke Koluwa is not on your side. You are saying the worst things about. Are you saying all these terrible things to turn the people of District 10 against the lawmaker only because he's no longer on the side that you supported, Francis?
No, it's simply because he is a talking head just like me on the platform.
When did you realize that? Francis?
I knew it all along, but if he's punching the person I'm trying to punch, why should I stop him? The person should defend themselves. So now he want to punch at me with his short arm, and not reaching to me. And I will punch him harder than that. And that's the thing. Look at now what happened in District 10. Has he said anything about the people that have been through out their houses and the houses being bulldozed in District 10? Has Yeke spoken anything about it? No. He hasn't said anything about it. He running with orange shirt in the legislature, talking about where they for 30 days. Where they for 30 days. Your past resolution already to bring the war crime code. The Senate has it right now. They're deliberating over it. But you still running around with orange shirt for 30 days. Now you send letter, Graceland should come and testify in front of the representative. Oh God, I can't wait to see it. I want to see him ask questions. See him jumping all over the window curtain, swinging a thousand and running back and forth like hallelujah joy. That's why he'll be doing that, making no sense when Grace P appear. So yeah, you can go see that. So it making laugh too much.
Francis, on a serious note, did they ever cross your mind that Yeke Koluba will be making a case for President George Weah at this point?
Not particular for President George Weah, but I would not put it past Yeke to even look. Any man I come and say because President Baga supposed to take drug test, he said, "Oh, President Baga should take power test." That makes sense to you?
No, thank you, man. Francis, this is a lawmaker. Rudolph, let's take on this issue, Rudolph. The lawmaker is sending a communication. He has already sent a communication to some of the ministry of the Minister of State, Sylvester Grisby.
You know, Nelson. Yeke has shot himself in the leg, and it is sorrowful that he doesn't even know it. You know, and I would like to talk to the people directly on this one. My people, at a point in time, myself, I was in sympathy with Yeke Koluba. I believed that he had good intentions, but he was not given a chance to put them forward. I believe that he was somebody who had intentions, to better the lives of all of us, or of all Liberians, but he was not given the chance. But now, like I said, he has exposed himself and he has shot himself in the leg. Nelson, and my audience, my Liberian people, all of you. Now, what we are seeing, just for the fact that his communication has hit the floor, and they are calling on the Minister of State.
They summoned the Minister of State to appear on Tuesday.
This now shows that Yeke has a clear field to play. There is nobody silencing him anymore. He is being taken seriously like every other lawmaker. But let's see now. Look at what he is doing with the time.
This is the aspect, right?
No,
I'm coming, Rudolph. I'm coming, Rudolph. This is where we are, Rudolph. Honour Speaker Buffer Chambers, Yeke Koluba will not have the chance at the legislature to raise it here on the floor to make a case. Like Francis is saying, Francis will consistently say on this platform that Representative Yeke Koluba did not introduce a single bill, right? But if you look at that regime, Speaker Buffer Chambers, he didn't have the time. But now, Speaker Fonati Kofa, who is a sedition under this administration, under this current leadership of the House of Representatives, Representative Yeke Koluba has a privilege. As a matter of fact,
and that's where I am coming.
Are we about to see a rebranded Yeke, a serious-minded Yeke, a tough-talking lawmaker that will be making the case for his district and the country at large?
Thank you. That is what we all anticipated. Nelson, that is what we all anticipated, and that is what we all still anticipate, right? We have longed for a clear playing field where Yeke will put forward his best foot, where Yeke will prove himself. But look what he is doing. You have the chance. You are now respected. Whatever you say now, people take it seriously. What is the bill that you have put forward? But you going to say, oh, the man sanction somebody because we are going to use the presidential suit, and they said no. So people, Yeke has nothing to offer. Nelson, now I am convinced that Yeke has nothing to offer. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And this is about people. You don't let him to come out against you and say, oh, I was in opposition. So they were battling me. No one is battling Yeke.
Thank you.
He has the the free will to advocate for you and to make law for you, but he's not doing it. You're
Thank you.
watching.
Let's hold you there. Let's hold you there. Tennessee, let's hear you on this one, and I think Mikael will come in.
You know, the Liberian people can say when the sun shining, you don't hang your clothes. By the time when the rain coming out or the dew falling at the time, you don't hang your clothes. Where was Yeke Koluba when George Weah needed all these praises that he's now sinking? We don't. George Weah not seeing you. That attention that you're seeking, he no longer wanted. You were one of his biggest critics. You criticized everything that he did from day zero. You predicted his failures. Where is this coming from right now? You know, but I would say to the Liberian people in District Number 10, how come? Was Yeke the best options?
No. Tennessee.
Some of us are guilty here.
No, forget about being guilty. But this is the thing, right? This lawmaker was overwhelmingly campaigned for, heavily supported by the very folks who in this government, including all the folks you see up here, Rudolph, Emmy, Francis.
That's enough, Josie. That's enough.
Guys, overwhelmingly campaigned. No, guys, let me lay.
We have admitted it, and we said that
all of you guys overwhelmingly campaigned and supported Yeke. You raised funds, thousands of dollars for this lawmaker to get in the seat.
Wow.
There is no money.
Are we seeing a situation here now where Yeke is about to take on his real self? Are we seeing a situation here now where the ruling establishment that did all of this for this lawmaker is about to lose him totally, and the very monster that was groomed by this administration is about to fight back?
Nelson, don't say it like that.
Nelson, it's not even Nelson. It's not Nelson. It's not a question. Let me answer a question. Now it's trouble. Listen, it's not even. This is not even. We're not asking that question. It is already happening. Okay.
Right.
What make you think you can know a man and know who he is by what he's saying and it's the action that he exhibits? This man did it to somebody. What make you think that if you give him the position, he's not going to turn on you? I don't understand when we see dog, we want a dog to tend to cat. A dog is a dog. No matter, even if you beautify that dog, you cut the hair, whatever you do, that character follows you. No matter, even if you go to the mansion, you will carry that ugly behavior. The ugly behavior has been, you can call about and following you now. You're shaking, you're get up.
Okay. So you think the guys you think the guys have lost this law?
Long time. Go ahead. Long time.
20 seconds, please.
No, I'm giving you 20 seconds. You guys. No. We want to take Mikael on.
Right. I gotta go before you come back with your 20 seconds. You start doing that. We gotta complete the cycle. Well,
let's take all this.
Nelson, I am suspecting you.
No, you can suspend me all you want. You can't mute your microphone. Go ahead, Mikael. Let's hear you.
Well, Nelson, as much as all the topics are good for to be discussing, some is not just relevant to be on this.
Okay.
Don't come here again,
no. I understand because this particular one is not one of the ones you want to hear. But let's hear you. Go ahead.
Number one. Number two. Some people are just made not to survive in certain atmosphere. It's like animals. Some animals don't survive in certain atmosphere. Some survive, some don't. People that they get caught about them just for knowing by the past 2-3 months. I get he perfectly fit into Joshua administration because that environment was where you could survive.
But why did he survive in that environment for the past 6 years?
Just calm me down.
Nelson, he survived. That's why he got re-elected. He survived.
My brother, hold on. Because that environment is where Representative Yeke Koluba could survive. Because Joshua created the atmosphere for him to survive. Number one, Georgia government were not responsible. So again, you get credence, and a lot of people are wanting to listen to that kind of thing. Number two, Georgia government, like I mean, clearly stated out, went after Yaka Koduba as a city representative and denying a lot of things that representatives are supposed to be denying. Now, it makes every Liberian sympathize with Yaka. So we all here supported him because of those reasons and issues. You understand? Now, this environment that we're in now is a responsible environment. We need people like Yaka then to start fighting for themselves, and Liberian people fight, helping them to fight for the reason they elected him to represent the people, instead of the government going against him or the president going against him as a lawmaker who the thing was thrown in their flesh. Now, none of that thing happening now. We want Yaka to be represented, not to represent his district. Not passing around here saying things that are not relevant to the Liberian people. We want Liberia to develop. We gotta desist from those behavior.
Now, I mean, in all situation, whichever way you put it, it is glaring now that Representative Yaka Koluba has that leverage, that space. He now has the support of the current speaker. You remember when they for the 500 issue came up, the coupon,
right?
He flagged that issue on behalf of the sitting speaker, right? His point was the 4500 was given to remove the sitting speaker. So when I say Yaka Koluba has that proximity to the sitting speaker, unlike the case of Buffer Chambers, where there wasn't that kind of leverage and stuff like that, and so he wasn't given the opportunity to be as vocal, in fact, as he wanted to be. But in this case, he now has all of the support. Are we about to see a diplomatic, more responsible, and firebrand lawmaker who will be making the case for his district?
You see, Nancy, you going back and forth. That's exactly what they voted Yaka to do, to see a responsible lawmaker to make laws and things for his district and for Liberia as a country. That's the reason we put him there. So it should not be a question that we got to answer. That's the only reason he there. You understand? Now, he deviating from the reason we put him there, the responsibility we put him there to do. Now, he taking on something that will make him popular. And those things that he's trying to take on is somebody not relevant. We don't need it. We don't put you there for that. Because it was only relevant during George right time because they created the atmosphere, like I said, they created an environment for it to be relevant for him at that time. But at this point in time, we don't need that. We need Yaka to be the representative. We voted him to work for Liberia, the district number 10 Maserado, for those people that the woman said they're breaking the poor houses down back there. What plan do you have for them?
Thank you.
Are you relocating them? Are you asking the government to get them some level resettlement benefit because they've been living on the land? That's why they know somebody sold it to them. They are the victim now, but somebody not their fault. Somebody didn't know the land was for somebody. Somebody sold it to them. What are you doing for them? So you're gonna go bring Josh with a business that he's coming from enjoying that, spray your hand for people to sit down on to come out through the airport and be pop. So let me bring in some little issue to this.
Thank you. Let's
wait a minute, Nelson.
Let's see.
Wait a minute. Is this happening in Yaga district? They're breaking down of homes.
Oh yeah. District 10.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, but on a serious note, Lee Lakboy wrote something very interesting.
I know Lee playing
Lee Lakboy said, where are you guys coming from? Lee Lakboy is saying, why have you guys somersaulted so soon?
Nobody somersaulted.
Lee said, they even campaign. Who are they? Is you, Emmy? Is you, Francis? Is you, Rudolph? Mikael was not on the show at the time.
Okay, sorry guys.
Lee Lakboy said, they even campaign against their fellow panelists, Karishman, on this show. Yes, a lot of you said Karishma was not good.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Nelson, first of all, Karishma wasn't a panelist yet. She came as a guest. And we grilled her. She came as a guest. When she wanted votes, that's when she started coming as a panelist later on. So no, Lee, stop playing politics in that comment section. Charisma wasn't
Come
a
on.
Nelson,
she
20
came
seconds,
here
please.
who already studying for Yeke
Come
before
on.
she came.
Come on.
And the
Come
reason
on.
why, I don't know why we gotta keep explaining this thing over and over. The reason why we fell for Yeke, we keep saying it over and over because the government was treating Yeke badly as a lawmaker. And they were hiding Yeke, all Yeke bad things that he had in him. It was they hating because they were showing up and covering it up because of things they were doing. People fell for him and felt like, oh, this is not right. This is a representative. He was elected like y'all, and y'all treating him because he's not singing
Thank you.
praises to
Thank you,
George
Emmy.
Weah. So they're doing him like this. That's why we fell for Yeke. But now that he's given the space to perform, to do the things what we thought he could do, now he's exposed until he doesn't know how to do it. So he want to keep on in this hostile environment and nobody giving it to him. And he's just trying hard to get it.
Nelson,
We were not voting for Yeke because he was rude. We were not supporting Yeke because he was something. We were supporting Yeke because of what was going on with him, what was being done to him.
Nelson,
so I don't know if y'all get that now, Miss Blessing, whatever. You always come here thinking it's somebody flipping. Nobody's flipping.
Nelson, freedom is not good for everybody. You see, when that man was in free, he was now passing around, going to taking small getting, putting it in his car. Now he is free. He is not worried about people coming to come fire gun to his heart. So he passing around, taking underage school girls.
Oh man, we don't know who that girl is to Yeke. So I don't like the man as a representative, but we don't know who that girl is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything in that. That could be his cousin, that could be his sister. We don't know that. So
No, you know, intentionally, I thought not to bring that issue up yet.
Yeah, we don't know who
the
the person is.
says he's going to respond to that issue on Sunday. After the lawmaker's explanation on Sunday, we will make analysis of the issue. But as it stands,
he will claim her as a relative.
Photos of that particular scene.
He will claim her as a relative.
But let's do this, guys. No. We're not going into that discussion. We're not going into that discussion.
That girl is the sister of the girl he gave to our CEO. When I was CEO, when I did, what the man say on the show. But that was what the man said.
I get that of it too. People are going to it. But
y'all talk about it now.
Finally, let's conclude. Let's conclude on this one. You remember we discussed this issue about the 40,000 civil servants and the approach that the government intends to take. The CSA boss Josiah has said that they should go through the process. They're scrutinizing the listing, and they want to make sure that the people who are on the civil servant payroll, they are actual civil servants. And then if they are not civil servants, if they cannot prove, if they cannot regularize their status, they will be removed. Their names will be deleted. Well, we discussed that lengthily just the other day. But latest development to this is that the law, let's say, the former chairman of the CDC, Moba Molu, and his group, they are calling on the government to immediately abort whatever plan they have to go through this payroll or the scrutinizing of the payroll and everything. He thinks that it is not going to be in the best interest of the ordinary Liberians, the people who stood up for the government. He thinks the Unity Party government should immediately halt that particular layoff exercise, and he wants President Boakai to review the exercise to eliminate the perception of witch hunt, so as to have his government continuing on a path where majority Liberians will keep gravitating towards the Unity Party administration. Now, he thinks that this thing will be interpreted as a witch hunt. In fact, he sees it as not being necessary at all to have the Civil Service Agency or the government of Liberia going back to this listing, especially where they said they will go back from 2019, that where they will start from, scrutinizing the entire listing, coming to where we are. He thinks it's not a good decision, and he wants the government to immediately hold that. What's your take on this issue? Let's do 1 minute quickly, then we'll go to the phone lines. Let's start with you, Amy, and then Francis, Mikael.
Okay, so I don't know why the president can't even listen to that, because regardless of what he does, it would always be wish hunt. Okay, even if he does it the right way, he does it the wrong way, everything would be wish hunt, because they don't want they want our attention, right? And this is why some of these things was done. So when it's ready to undo it, then it was act like they're standing up for Liberian people and talking. This to get that relevant. That's what they did some of these things. So for him to be coming and say, you can't tell this man what to do if you feel like this is what's best for his government, or this is what good to fix this a system, or to fix whatever going on. He would do it. It doesn't matter who caused it what. If that's what has to be done, then it has to be done. Like we said, we all know that it will hurt some people, but those people, everybody voted and supported President Boaga for change, for a rule of law, for a system. These are the things that people voted for. So why should they not do it? Because after you voted for these things, he campaigned on you, elected him, then time to do it. You say, since you people voted for me, let me leave the system right in the way it is, or the same old, let's do business as usual. I don't think that's a good thing. I think they should do whatever needs to be done to strengthen the system. That's all.
Francis?
Yeah, you see, I don't know. Molo is this his first project saying he created his stand group? That's the advocates that he's starting now. It doesn't make any sense. Not you remember, Liberian people, remember when they said they're going to create I don't know how many million jobs? That's how they created our jobs, though. Just take people and put it on the payroll and say you get a job. Clearly, what happened to the executive management? 730 people on the list. They call for meeting. Less than 300 show up. The other people that carrying match name to face. But all those people, they were receiving paychecks. So who are those paychecks going to? Those ghost people? The ghost people who are receiving a paycheck. You see? So it's simple. Let the government do what it's supposed to do. The country is already broke. You don't have thousands of people on the payroll. And where would the money be going anyway? You see? So you know what? But anyway, the government don't have money to even pay. I was going to say, let's just try it and try to pay everybody. And then the government should watch those accounts that the money go to and see who collect the money. Because if you among the 730 people that
so you want the government to take risk of money?
And they get to you, I know, right? They even get to risk it. Because if you, the 730 people at the executive mansion, if you pay them, but you know what we'll do with physical checks. We'll say, come to your office and get your check, or come to your sample location and get your paycheck.
Exactly. Come sign for your own check.
You see, come sign for your check. You see, and that's what the past government are doing. They will use all these ghost names to put the money in their own pocket. And you insulting the Liberian people by saying,
but he's giving a very good advice. He's saying that, look, Mr. President, if you need to take a look at the process. You need to evaluate the process and reconsider your decision. Because if you did so, if you just roll out that process, starting from 2019 to 2023, a lot of people will see this as witch hunt. Well, he thinks that it will be interpreted, that particular action will be interpreted as the CDC, the united part of the government going after those in the CDC in the name of wanting to scrutinize.
Oh, you see? So, la people,
he probably on that list too.
Yeah, what they just said to y'all, the 40,000 people they're talking about that were all CDC. So, you better look for 2029. You see how all the people they hire, 40,000 plus people they still are all CDC. Because that's the only way you can say that witch hunt. Because when you hire the people or you put on the payroll, you don't write for any CDC, Unity Party, LPP, all the other people. No, you just hire somebody. So if you claim that we waste on, that means saying that throughout from 2019 to December of 2023, you were only going after sedition and hiring
Thank
them.
you.
So how
But
were you
they
the
didn't
government
hire
of the
them.
people when you're only hiring partisans?
They
Thank
said
you.
it, Francis. They said it
Avoid
wasn't
the
hiring
process,
city.
abort the process to save the government. We're gonna move to Mikael next. Tennessee, I see you're back. Are you driving?
No, I'm not driving. My husband driving. I'm just
Okay.
sitting in the passenger seat, guys.
Okay. So I know you're having a debut appearance today, but we have a rule on the show where we don't join in from the car due to some safety issues. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Tennessee. But let's hear from you, Mikael. Mikael, this appeal, this advice coming from the former chairman of the CDC. What say you?
Well, nothing. You know, we had the topic the other day again. We went over it lengthily, but the two things I will make tonight. The first of all, that locally mathematical aspect of it. The other day, I think you
What, the mathematical aspect of it?
Yes, yes. The other day, make a correction on that thing and all. You see, when Ellen was leaving power, there were 50,000 employees for the Liberian government or by the Liberian
Do
government.
Vasco math.
You understand? Then 20,000.
But Vasco is not here tonight. Don't do Vasco math.
You corrected the math from Vasco, and you said there was
Please don't talk that about that.
right that Joshua added to the list. So that means Joshua only brought in 20,000 people, you know, to make it to
And
the
they're laying off 40,000.
Right now, when the whole thing started, I said, if President Bouaka see it necessary to go through that listing and cut down costs, that would be good for Liberia. Because number one, the 40,000 people talking about just at a rate of $150 per month, you're talking about $432 million. $432 million for the 6 years. That $432 million, if President Bouaka can even lay it down to at least 6 million or 8 million or 20 million, that rest of the money, let me tell you, every 1 mile of road costs $1 million to build. You understand? If we can take at least 232 million out of that list and put into the Liberian economy and just want to build road from Ganta to the southeast, we'll probably succeed.
That's something. Yeah, Mikael, I want to come in a bit, and then we're gonna move to.
You can't correct it, man. Math again, Nelson.
No, the man is an engineer. I'm not an engineer. I'm not an engineer. But listen, Mikael, let's do this. One key thing to establish here is that the 40,000 we're talking about, now not all the 40,000 people can be removed from the payroll.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yes.
In the case of the Ministry of State or the Executive Mansion folks, the 730%, yes, for them, it is possible that all of them could be removed from that supplementary payroll because
right there.
Yeah, because for them, majority of them are not traceable, and even the level of the work they do and stuff like that, there are some questions surrounding that unanswered. But coming back to this, the CSA is saying that we're going to scrutinize the entire payroll. We're going to filter. We will do some shaking. You know that thing they can do when you shake it, the real one come down, the other one shake it. You know, so they want to do something that will bring out the actual people who are doing the work.
Right.
And the people who are on ghost names and stuff like that will be removed. But then you made a very important point when you spoke of the calculation that Vasco did the other night about who got employed, who got and you know removed from the payroll and stuff like that. And then the issue with where the CDC government met the government wage bill at 292 million, and where they took it 322 million. But again, the other aspect of this thing is, you may agree with me on that wage bill or the number of employees will always increase. It will not reduce. Will you agree with that?
Well, depending on the financial status of the government, we can just, I mean, fraud the government when we know we're not making money or we're not getting nothing.
But the thing here is, let's take, for example, new entities are being created every time. All right? The need for more people to be employed in government will always arise.
Well, that's true.
And stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So the list will continue to increase. But where it becomes of concern for is a kind of evaluation for them to carry on these kinds of exercises is the fact that there are people also who will die. Death rate.
Yes.
Some people on our payroll, 2-3 years from now. I mean, they say the funeral home people can say.
Yeah, there are plenty of funeral.
Anyway, let's forget that. But some people are there now, they will not be there. Some people were there 2-3 years back, they're not there again. So what happens to those people? Why is the government still paying the same amount or even more when there are some people who are not there again? But just zero in on this, then we bring Rudolph in.
Right, like I said, we need to go back and do exactly what Mr. President wants to do. We can even do it ministry by ministry. You see, right now they're dealing with Ministry of State. That's a perfect example right there. Let's go ministry by ministry and make sure nobody going to put on anything under their sleeve to lead them so they can be collecting that money. They'll do it in a way that will eliminate some of those people. At least, like I said, within a 6 year, if we can get at most $100 million off of that list, that will help the government to do some development or some infrastructure building in that country. That exercise is very, 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 very necessary to carry on. So we should not listen to which horn, this, that horn. The sedition are not Liberians are Liberian. Whether you're from CDC or from UP or you're from whatever party, when they were employing people, the fact that they even coming on here to say, oh, when you do that, I wish you want to take sedition out of the list. That alone is just a sentiment. That why would you even say things like that? You are president for Liberia. You are not president for CDC. Why would you even say that? Say you employ Liberians. You can't say, oh, you're wation. Ain't nothing called wations. These are Liberians that say you're employed. Let's go to that list. If the people not working, let's take them out. Let government save some money. Let be able to build Liberia.
Let's hold you there, Mikael. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, is a new famous
word. You want to come in quickly, then we'll go to the phone lines.
Yeah, sure.
We're out of time now.
You know, I mean, I think it is sad that Mr. Malou's first advocacy is a failed one, because I mean, it's just insane to say that we should not, or the government should not go through those lists and probably scrutinize them very, very, very well. You know, Nelson, I am not for taking off real Liberians who are qualified to work. If we go through the list, what are UP or CDC, those people who are real and who are working and who are showing up to work, I think they deserve to work for their country. But Nelson, it is going to shock all of us that when we go through those listings, there are names that don't even exist on those listings. And this is where we see most of these directors from the past regime, they got rich overnight. Because most of those accounts link back to them.
It's theirs, yeah.
It linked back to them, and that's how they got their money. So that kind of way, I mean, even the LSCC could not trace that, because they were using other people's names, but then those accounts were for them, so they were getting those monies. So now, if we can just go through that if we can just go through that, right, we are going to save a lot. But with taking off people who were higher on, even in the last minute, I am not for that, because those people are Liberians.
Thank
they
you,
have
Rudolph.
to feed.
Thank you, Rudolph.
And if they were hired the wrong way, the back door,
comment,
they should remove them.
That comment reminds me, when we're going to the phone lines, let me put the WhatsApp number up. But that comment reminds me of something that happened some years ago. So there was this time, a media colleague of mine attended, I think it was a workshop with one of those ministries. And following the entire, I think 3 days or so, they then gave them their sitting fee and all of that. But then he had to put his number, his information in. So after the guy put his information in, 1 month after, he received a text message, a message like you open an account and you subscribe to messaging, this message where they will send you whenever there's a transaction with your account. Dear blah 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 blah, you have received XYZ amount debited to your account. Huh? The man saw the amount, the man said, but mommy, why am I receiving this message? Where I get account at? The next month, the message came. The following month, the message came. Consistently, this guy was receiving the message. And Ministry of Health, I'll be friend with that. Ministry of Health. All right.
Somebody put his number.
Guy received that message consistently.
You see,
until he had to, So
he
these
wasn't getting the money, right? He wasn't
no.
getting the money.
It was on a different account, but his number was on there.
You have absolutely no idea where that account is.
What did he do with that information?
Anyway, the rest of it
go.
It would shock you to know now, seeing that Molu and all probably have an account.
And not just that.
Probably
it's important
they all have some kind of account linked to that too.
As we did, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing that this process is going on. We look forward to seeing how it goes. But this is what Chairman Molu is saying, former Chairman Molu is saying. And at the end of the day, the government will have to make the decision. Whatever the CSA decides, whatever the government decides to do, that's what they're gonna do. And that's gonna be. But at the end of the day, people will always have their own views, their opinions on those issues. And this is where we stand. So let's take few calls, very few calls, because we already out of time.
Which one is the new famous word in Liberia? So you don't pay that no more.
Everything the president do,
which one?
We must talk about your girlfriend tomorrow.
0555 101075 0555 101075.
Baby.
And the WhatsApp number I'm going to put right on the screen. I see the lines blinking. Let's take our first call here. Hello, your name and where you call from?
My name is Menipake, calling from Maryland.
Okay, Menipake, go ahead.
I don't know why people keep crying. Is which one? Government comes, government go, government. Or government pay will always increase. People will die. People will get dismissed, and what other thing will happen? But we're just looking at citizen wage grab or what? We're crying about which one? Who hunting them? No one hunting them. They just have to clean the payroll. It's have to clean it. But you can get one man collecting 10-15%, and you cannot see the people. If the people are actual worker, let them work and they take pay. They are Liberians. It's not bad. But you can get Ghost Knee, you get John Brown, Peter Paul, you can see them to work. When they try to clean it and say that wish horn, it's not a wish horn.
Thank you.
Stop saying that.
Thanь you.
Don't love individual more than your country. It's wrong.
Thank you very much. Let's leave there and take another person. Of course, you can make a contribution to the 3 talking points we had. The first one about the Ghanaian situation with the Liberians in Ghana, and the second one with the rate, not rate, but the communication to summon the Minister of State by Representative Yeke Koluba, and the last one with the recent comment from Chairman Moba Molu, calling on the government to halt that entire CSA payroll stuff they want to carry on with respect to the 40,000 government employees. Denise, I see you back, but let's take a few calls. We're gonna come back and start with.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, you're live. Let's hear you, sir.
Yes, this is anyway. So thank you for the discussion this night or this morning. Yes, we say it to a police or card work officer.
Yeah, let's hear you, sir.
Oppositors of junction. Okay, issue of the Liberians that sought refuge. I think those people were unrealistic and unserious. The Ghanaians gave them prior notice before doing whatever action they took upon them. So I think they look for that. They look for their own problem. In regards to Honorable Yeke Koluba, just for respect's sake, I have to call him honorable, but I think he has abused the process. Yeke Koluba was just a tool that we used so as to accomplish our aim.
But
One of the panelists
you
said,
use the tool, you not spoil the tool, so the tool is being used against you.
no, the tool is not being used against us. This government is a mature government, very, very much responsible enough, and we will not entertain anything that will distract us.
Thank you.
Again, Koriba has nothing to offer. Please let me learn and let him find a way to be useful, because he has feel that we have achieved our objectives for which we
Let's
needed
there,
him.
sir. We have
And
to
it's almost like he's a wasted element now that we don't need.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's you there. Hello, from the WhatsApp line, please go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
Yes, sir. It's good to have you on. Let's hear you.
Fine. This is Godwin calling for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Godwin, go ahead. What's your take on the issues?
Thanks for taking my call. Great discussion, and kudos to the panelists on tonight. You know, as it relates to the issue of Honorable Yeke Koluba, trust me, from my own thoughts and view, it's not strange. I will classify Yeke and Costa to be in the same shoe. So, trust me, this thing, it was to come to pass. It was to come to pass. So, I mean, it's not strange. And as it relates to our brothers and sisters in Ghana, I think the best solution is some of them, I mean, they have to find their way back to Liberia, and I think things will be okay.
Thanks
for taking my call.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Hello, your name and where you call from. Let's take this person. Please go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, Betsy, how you guys doing?
Yeah, Hashim. It's good to have
how
you.
you guys doing?
Yes, sir. Go
Yeah.
ahead. You're live.
You know the thing about our people in Ghana, they just need to talk to the Ghanaian people, let it come home, and let the government try to look for a place for them to relocate there. And the thing about the payroll, Bene, it will be surprising for you to know nursing some sedition in America like me on our payroll. They just taking free money. I'm telling you.
You know some of
them?
them?
You see people like I see people like
No.
Sherry from Minnesota.
I know some of them.
Seku Sherry from Minnesota, Jaya causing noise. Some money that new on our payroll. They just saying that America taking that money. Wow, our people are suffering water.
Okay. So you think the government should continue this exercise and not listen to?
Let it continue.
Okay.
Let it continue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's go to our local line. Take this call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead quickly. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, when I see people communicate all over the town, when I see people talking about Yeke just want to make it more popular. He's playing a scary tactics. We voted for Yeke in District number 10 because he was sponsoring the train. So now Yeke knows that CDC is opposition. So what you have to do now, you have to go to the opposition side. What comes, so opposition will able to join him and voting and re-elect him for number 10. So as a UPS, while I have a 10, if you get told, don't move by your cat.
Okay.
You move by your cat, you make your cat feel more.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's all you get. This person. Hello.
Ignore him.
Hello.
Yes, you are live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Patrick Josiah, calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Go ahead, please.
My issue is no sedition executive will allow a payroll audit because it is that payroll audit they depends on to get a pocket change. Natana Mage said it on spoon that yes, the Unity Party should not do no payroll audit because they put me on that list that they getting their cut from.
No, okay. Let me come in. Let me come in a bit. We're on radio. Did the lawmakers say that they put? Are you quoting him verbatim, or you trying to just?
Paraphrasing.
I'm not quoting. I said but he asked the Unity Party to not do no payroll audit or dismiss any employee that they hired during the 19 to 2023.
Okay.
So that means they have.
Okay, so it means that the first hello, sir. It means that the first comment you made concerning the lawmaker saying that they put people on a payroll. You take the other one back, right? You take the other comment back.
No, I never said they. I said he urged the United Party government not to do a payroll or dismiss those employees that they hire. So that means if they go through the payroll audit, obviously there will be hundreds or thousands of names of people that they will not appear in press. So and the government will pay those guys the money. So where the money goes, they know.
Thank you, sir. Thank
you.
So
that is one of my point. My second point is Yeke Koruba. Yeke Koruba is surviving on an opposition skill. Yeke Koruba have read the Liberian mind saying that anyone that found themselves at the opposition always win in Mosorado especially. So Yeke Koruba will never support no certain government. And some Liberians will fall for that trick. So always anybody come in power, Yeke will go against them, and the people will follow him based on what he's doing to that government. So can you imagine today Yeke is supporting Joshua? Can you imagine that? But I know we always support you get to Joshua or CDC, they have it at the back of their mind that yes, one day you will still go on the ashtray.
Okay. Thank you.
What?
Nothing. Can my Annie call, please? Can my Annie call?
I want my Annie to call tonight. My Annie, please call.
Man, scary money, but she's scary. She said, yes, I did.
That's what he said.
I want my Annie to call tonight. Seriously. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Dano, this is Taylor Kuri calling from Kakata, specifically Walker Farm.
Yeah, from Walker Farm. Go ahead. Let's hear you quickly, sir.
Yeah, my concern is actually concentrating around two issues. The issue has to do with this payroll cleaning exercise.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not really familiar with because I'm hearing some people got employed somewhere around December and 2020, to the election period. I don't know by virtue of labor law or CSA law whether in the process of campaign, whether a sitting government have the right to do employment. If that is so, then the sitting government could do that to put extra financial burden on the next that is just in case we don't win. So the government that come in take this burden. But my actual question is 40,000. I don't know what I'm
40,000. Yeah, 40,000 Liberians.
I mean, with all the crisis, the economic crisis, the country is facing, Liberians are facing, is too pathetic. We don't really know what's happening. But for me, I'm a civil servant. I'm a civil servant employee. I will really appreciate that. I will really appreciate that exercise. Let this government, as long as you have come to do the right thing, I'm not lying to you. People will criticize you, people will bring you down, people will fight the policy. Policy is a door, it can bite. So
thank you.
Do the right thing. The only thing, the process should be very transparent.
Thank you,
sir. Be guarded to the fullest. The issue has to do with Yeke Koruba. You know, Yeke Koruba own that.
Oh, snap.
I know. I've been
I think Corin gone from Nelson side. I didn't see Gary.
Close that door. Oh my God. So guys, you want to reminisce?
But let's hear from our new sister what she got on her mind.
Yeah. Please don't beat us up for you again.
Yeah,
I shouldn't do what?
Don't beat us up for you again. You get
oh no.
Ahead.
No, I respect your opinion and I respect your candidate. You know, we are all individuals and we are entitled to love who we love and not be apologetic for it. So yeah, Yeke Koruba is a cool person. I like his vibe. He's one of those people that when you don't want to laugh, he's a jokester, you know. He's a jokester. So Yeka Koloba, I don't get upset with him. I just see beyond him. I think that people of district 10 they love that man because they are afraid of him. You know, have you ever thought about it? What you know, when I was one of those people that advocated when he was held pay because he did not attend cabinet's meeting and he was suspended for a few months. I was one of those people, and I stated that this man is an elected member of the cabinet. He is entitled to be giving his pay.
That's what I said.
Regardless of whatever it is that is going on. You know, but when you are taking it to the extra level now, you said, Joe, we did not allow you to perform on your job because it was not in a conducive environment. Now you are being given a conducive environment, then you still doing kekele, then you still doing kekele.
You see our point. This is where we're going against him. This is why we're going against him now, and people think that
that's what everybody is saying. Yeah,
not supporting
Gideon Job, we're not giving that chance to do what he had to do.
Yeka is showing that he's not capable, but he was hiding behind the fact that they did that thing to him. That's why I talk to district people every day. I tell them that man is a corn artist because he think that Liberian people are so ignorant and blind that they'll say, "Oh, Yeka for the people." That's why he's talking against the government. But the people are seeing through him now, and we'll keep reminding them the job of a lawmaker is to create laws and also to help make things better for people. You don't have to give people money, but if you see something going on, you talk about it and you bring bills to the floor to address this wrongdoing. But he's not capable of doing these things. So you can't. Why are you there? If you're not capable of doing these things,
for
some of you that supported
he took his family to Ghana, claiming that the reason why his wife and kids left to go to Ghana is because they were not safe. Now there is no issue. Why you can't bring them back?
No, you got that school girl.
Is that because he won't be passing around with small school?
But small leg,
We are talking about Yeke. Yeah, does he care to know who someone is when he can talk about? You better stop it.
But that's the thing now. Don't go to the level. We don't know her age. We don't know who she is to him.
No, we have.
At the end of the day, she's in high school. At the end of the day, she's in high school. You know,
17 years old.
There were 30-year-old people in 12th grade like bro.
Listen to me,
in 12th grade. Guys, so she are 18 or older.
Francis, we got our people on ground. We have dug behind this thing. That girl is 17 years old, and we even know her name.
Francis,
go ahead, me go on.
But Francis, for a man that is married and have family, should he be even engaged in such act as a leader?
But what I'm saying, for me, I don't have children put on the ground and root up there, so I'm leaving it open for interpretation. I don't know who she is to him. It could be her niece. It could be his neighbor. It could be his family member. I'm going to give the benefit of that one.
Let him come in. Go ahead, me go.
Yeah, but gentlemen, I don't want to that other conversation with Yeke right now. It's not my place to be, until we hear something about it publicly or somebody make allegations against him for it that everywhere there. But for now, I think we got to table it. That deal with what he got going on. He got a lot going on already that when he play that we got to deal with. Well, it's the same thing we still say. The same thing. Jagger called about things that he always had to be on the opposition side before he win elections. I think that's why he had better his whole political circle around. But not necessarily. You just have to do the right thing as a lawmaker for the people that elect you. You'll always be elected to that position.
He doesn't know the right thing, my brother. That's why he thinks he has to keep on this path.
Yeah,
he doesn't know how to do the right thing.
Right,
he
that's
doesn't know the right thing to do.
All we want to do right now, going to go back. High Court President, the former President George Weah, like Henry Costa joining George Weah in the damn into the election.
But George Weah can see through all of them. I mean, not say, "Oh, get out of here," but he sees through them. You
I
don't
really
trust
want to know
them.
what they
But
can
the
be
thing
thinking
is,
when they do those kind of, you know.
but here is it. Our man and already told us say the new chairman said they will not take Yake. The almost said she was on the call and man say will not work.
I was in the meeting.
So listen, I think Yeke is doing it right. I think Yeke is doing the whole communication thing to prove loyalty, like to Wea, because they don't trust him. I think this is one of them. He's doing this like, oh, let me show that I'm on your side. Matter of fact, I will put a communication on the floor so we can bring that man over. And so, my opinion, I think that's what he's doing. They probably don't trust him because of all the damages he
I can't wait to see him.
Yeah,
Congress. I mean,
one of the
they
main people that broke we are down. So even that can even help him to get we are
You got to find other way to
But anyway, guys, good night. It was good being on here.
I
with
know.
y'all.
My national about to start. My little man probably about to get us. So
I know you ain't about to run nowhere. We have to stay on here to Nelson get back.
Nelson is not coming back. Current gone. Nelson
he will be back.
Let me
Because
see
if
Jared.
we stay this stuff, we stay on. You can't even.
Let me see Jared. And also, I think it's about time that we get done. I think it's 11 already, right?
But I want to ask you before we go, guys. What was it that attracted y'all to Yeke Koruba? What was the credentials? What was his credentials?
You say you're going, so you're not going.
Well, I already said mine.
I will go first.
What was his credentials that make y'all say y'all qualify him?
It wasn't so much about credential; it was about the way he was being treated.
Here is it. By law, our constitution does not ask for any kind of further credentials with education or
high school graduate.
Right? There is only an age and I think property and taxes, some stuff, right? But here is it. Yeke, I mean, from what we thought, right? Yeke had good intentions. That is what we thought. And the fact that he was not given the chance to really put forward his best foot in the last regime. He was always attacked. He was always picked on. Every time he even write, they will not take it. So he bought our sentiments, right? And the thing is, so someone like me, I was like, you know what? This man, I mean, I think there is a reason. He has something to bring forward, but they are not allowing him. So now,
that was my thing too.
So let's create an enabling environment where he can freely perform, and then that is when we will judge him. So now we have given him that environment. So now we can judge him.
No, people looking at it.
Rudolph, you're fighting to explain the situation, and you explain
people that Nelson are looking at it that you being harsh on him now because he's not supposed to be convinced. No, you'll get off that.
Nelson,
I would beat JMB up myself if he's not doing the right thing.
Gotta do our closing together, yeah.
Can we do our closing? Tennessee, we want to start with you.
Where were you?
Yeah, I went.
Yeah, let me close.
Tennessee, you can do your closing.
It was nice being on here with you beautiful people.
Like what keeps laughing at us. We were all in this together, but then you get this. Stop taking yourself out of it. Sorry, Tennessee.
Guys, it was nice meeting you all. You're all beautiful people, beautiful mind. It was it's an honor just being on here. See you all. I'll come again. Good job today. I appreciate every input. Thank you.
Nice to have you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, I will go.
Let me go.
Okay, let me go ahead, keep it. Okay.
Right. Well, it's been a good show, especially the discussion on the Liberians in Ghana and the, protecting the government payroll list. People just put people in that thing. They just want to be collecting all the money, putting in a pocket, walking around here with it. Luckily, the list, Mr. President Baka do the job that Brentford gave you. Promise that Brentford will do. We'll save a lot of money. At least it will get 20,000 people who not even showing up the way. We don't even know whether they even exist, whether they even got breath. We don't even know. We just see name. And some of it that Eddie Johnson used to say that ghost name. Some of those names that ghost name. Take them out, let the government save money. and that build the infrastructure in Liberia. You know, if we can say even $100 million for that late in the 6 years, we can build what 100-mile road. We can do that. We can do that. And 100 miles of road it's a long distance. It will help Liberia infrastructure to grow and for Liberian people to get job and all that. So let's keep that list straight and let it go. So as for Mr. Cordova, this is not George Ratana. You are free representative. You can exercise the right and the responsibility given to you that the district number 10 and Liberian people voted for you. Carry on the work. Nobody after you now. Nobody sees you or your children passport anymore. Nobody coming to your house to burn your house down. Nobody sending police to you to arrest you for what you gotta say or what you had to do. None of that thing going on. So now you're a free man. Exercise what they send you to the offer and do exactly what you did to do for the Liberian people in district number 10.
You.
So I'm done right.
Thank you. Ruth, is it Ruth after?
Yep.
Madam Co-moderator, whose time is it?
Ruda just appeared out of nowhere. So that offenses, but there you go.
Let Ruda go.
You know, guys, it is always good being on here with these lovely and beautiful panelists. I mean, we come on here every day. We leave our busy schedules. We come on here to talk about our country because I mean that is very precious to all of us. I mean, we are looking forward to see the change that we all campaign for, and we do believe that change is going to happen. We are optimistic, and we trust the president's ability to drive that change. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
So did you guys stop the CDC guys from coming on tonight? I see Vasco is not on. Vasco says in a funeral.
I would love for him to come on.
Anyway,
but let's hear from you.
Yeah. For me, I didn't even support Yeke because I thought he was capable. He was cursing George Weah and everybody else on the CDC side, so I was for it. I didn't care. I didn't want George Weah there, so anybody but George Weah was my mantra when I came on this platform. So I didn't know Yeke for anywhere, but I heard him cursing George Weah. They couldn't defend themselves against him, so be it. But we will not sit here and let him come and spew the lies and other stuff and just pick topic out of the blue sky and just start talking about it and make it true. It will not happen. He will defend all his lies every single day. Anytime he says something, we will follow him with it. He will defend his lie. And even if he's not defending it, people at District 10 will hear about it and they will know that it man is like the empire that have no clothes. He doesn't know anything about being a lawmaker. If Yeke start putting bills on the floor or start co-sponsoring bills that will benefit District 10 and Liberian people, trust me, I will be a bigger cheerleader because what? He's doing the work for the Liberian people. We want all of our lawmakers to do the work for the Liberian people. Don't just run around and call it, hey, just look for something to make argument about and be disruptive on the floor like you doing anything better when you're doing nothing and you get paid 6 figures while Liberian people are struggling. They're hungry. Your people in District 10, they're getting kicked out of the houses, breaking down, and you have not even said a word about it yet. You're like always looking for something to talk about. Exactly. You have not said a word about the people in your district that are going through this tough time right now. They want to talk about we'll be here every day of the 2029.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So Emmy,
thank you. Leila, what? We all got caught our pants down. You got defeated. I mean, deceive all of us. Yes, he did. So, but not he. I mean, the joke is on him now, right? Because he's trying to do the same thing, but this group is not like the last group. You know, if we are in his crew, we have just left Yeke alone and just let him be who he was, right? Who he is, and not follow him, hunt him down, and we want to be Mr. Law Fakwa. So you can't talk to me like this, and people having, we would flock you, would do this, would do that, going shooting his compound and doing all of this to his children. Everybody, people would have knew who Yeke is, but they're giving to it. Like my editor was said created one unnecessary hero, and we all felt bad for him. The one that really had me was, oh, I gotta be traveling to go see my children. My children growing up without me. I gotta take my family out of here. And I was like, oh my God, that is so bad. How can this man be the only lawmaker in the country? And he has to travel all the time to see his family and children. That had me so bad, you know. I was so much something with him, and I said, this is not fair. He was elected like everybody else. He shouldn't be getting treated that he want to work, but they're not giving him a chance. Yeah, right. Now he's showing it to us. But guess what? He always want to be running around talking. Something happening in his district. He can't talk about it. Nobody said he's going to beat the people butt and take that land from them and give it back to his residents or whatever. But at least say something about it. You should be one of the representatives to go sit with those people and talk about giving these people more time or whatever, the ones that houses that have not been something yet. But instead, you're going advocating for George Weah. Okay, instead of all the talking you like, you leaving it now. You going on advocating for George Weah. You want to act like you care for the people, you don't care about them. You act like you're exposing corruption, but you getting up to go. You said this check, but then you go into the store to go collect these things. So how are you any different? It doesn't make any sense. And Malu, I think Malu and all the Malu on this list too. The ghost list there. I think their names are on there. All these people that are against this thing, because you shouldn't be. I don't know why. I mean, if the saying goes, shouldn't you? If you're not one of those ghosts, I mean, wouldn't you want it to be something that help your country to do those exercises to help your country? But then instead, you want to stand against it, talking about people's lives. How do you know ghosts doesn't have lives? Ghosts don't have any family. Why are you telling the government not to do it? Because it will harm Liberian people. If it was real people on there, I'm pretty sure President Boaga is not that insensitive to do something. President Boaga, it's not that insensitive to do something like that. He will leave them there. They said ghosts. So why you come in and saying they are witch hunting? No, Casper is not doing anything bad for them to go hunting him. This should be something that every Liberian embrace. Like everybody had already said, is going to save the country money. All the free pocket change that coming from unnecessary accounts and invisible accounts and stuff. No. And if they want to do something else, like they said, like for instance, let them have people come and get their own check. They shouldn't be sending the money, no direct deposit to any accounts. Let people come and collect those checks and see if that'll work. If people do and they give their proper way of being hired and everything, I don't see why not. You sedition, you whatever shit, you're Liberian. You should be able to work. It doesn't matter what party you come from. And I don't think that's why the president is trying to do this. I think he's doing it because it's something wrong that's been happening and he's trying to put an end to it. And Liberian people should embrace this. Don't let nobody come tell you that he's doing anything wrong or he's trying to hunt sedition. That is not true. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Masha Territory. Thanks, Francis Jabate,
Yes,
word of mouth. Thanks to Mikawan. We appreciate all of you tonight, guys. And we look forward to having a great show tomorrow. And till we come back, have a good night to everyone, to our audience. We say thanks to Ruth Goba, thanks to Steven, thanks to Linda, AJ, and just everyone joining us tonight. It's been a great show, and let's hope we can come back tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
Thank you,
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I like your new Marshall Territory. I've been there before.
Oh yeah, I'm from the territory. That's fine.
Yeah, I've been there. I used to go there all the time.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Yes, sir.